Hey, what's happening, Paisanos? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Super Mario Odyssey. This is episode 6. This will be a long stream. The music was on for an hour and 40 minutes. We only have 400 views on the stream with only 30 people here. The less people that are here, the harder streams do. So you guys need to remember the first stream of the day is around 3 o'clock. There's no reason not to show up. Because low attendance means low views, it means longer startup times, all that fun stuff. Today, Amber and I had to do Jeep-related stuff, so that's why we were late. Tomorrow, we get the bald tires replaced on our Jeep. The first of many, many things that we have to do. There is a Super Chat goal if you guys want to help out. There was supposed to be a newsletter that went out discussing the Jeep, but for whatever reason, the newsletter company hasn't posted that yet, so I'm gonna have to try to see what's going on with that and force that to release. As well as Patreon is trying to put my message under a locked post when I'm trying to reach the people on Patreon to tell them, hey, this is what's going on with the Jeep. But yeah, so anyway, Mario Odyssey will be a long one today because so many people failed to show up. Like, if you have less than, I think it's like 50 or 60 people waiting for a stream, the stream will be like 5 hours or more. Like, you got it, you know, because YouTube will basically be like, all right, there's 40 people here. Even if 80 people show up, they're still going to count it like there's only 40 or 30 people watching. So in order to make up for that, guys, you're going to have to watch the shorts because the channel's not doing well. I posted a Fire Emblem short earlier today. It bombed big time. So let's work together while we, you know, at least try to get that up and running. So as long as the shorts can do better, we can bring in more than 40 or 30 people. You know?
Yeah, and thanks, Miss Tana, for sharing a cute little video yesterday about Pauline and her journey of singing. That was so cute. We retweeted it on and I added it also. Put her and we retweeted it on there. And yeah, it was really cute. It's very sweet, Miss Tana. Hello everyone, and yeah, for some reason, you guys probably didn't know this, but like yesterday, well, I don't need to talk about it, but yesterday my streaming software forced me to log into it 8 times, which is not normal, and it cut out my speed farm.
Oh, it killed your stream?
So, hopefully the streaming software company will get their act together and stop doing it.
There's no such thing as all equipment is awful. Live streaming is not. Uploads is easier, but nobody watches uploads. Right now, nobody watches streaming. The fact that there's only 30 people here, there's going to be lots of breaks. So get used to it, guys. The less people here, the more breaks there'll be. Because I'm not going to sit here and stream for all 20 people. I'll go do something else. I've got a mountain of dishes to do.
I'm sorry.
How's it your fault?
It's my fault because
I did the newsletter, I did everything. I don't see how it's your fault.
it's my fault about the t-shirt.
Oh, no. There's 2 people that live here and I can do I like it. Thank you, Jacob, for the super chat. Apparently the Megazord thing has been delayed now.
Thank you, Jacob. You're breathtaking.
I'm really looking forward to doing the Megazord tomorrow. And somebody gave me false information. They said Batman Day is today. No, it's not. Batman Day is on the 20th. So I will be playing a Batman game on the 20th. I will not be playing a Batman game today because it's not Batman.
Someone... Sorry, I'll try to speak up. Just my story of the 135th anniversary of Nintendo done last night, and I made as a parody of Disney's Once Upon a Studio, and I put it on DeviantArt.
Cool.
Awesome! That's really cool, Jacob. Thank you so much for the super chat and for letting us know. There you go, guys. And if you want to find Jacob's cool thing on DeviantArt, you can definitely check that out. And thanks for telling us, Jacob. That's so cool.
Wait, it's really called Deviant?
I think it's actually Devant, but I don't know.
I
I always call it Deviant myself, so I'm glad somebody else does. Because it's devious!
I mean, it can be.
Devious art!
There's every website has not safe for work stuff.
No! I don't want not safe for work. I want devious art.
That's usually devious.
No, I want devious, like a picture of somebody trying to take over the world. Or somebody that has decided to cut somebody's mustache off while they sleep. That would be devious art for me. Doing something devious. I don't know, like...
Oh, I see now.
Making an artwork of somebody toilet papering somebody's yard. Now that would be devious. So, Jacob made my story of the 135th anniversary of Nintendo last night as a parody of Disney's Once Upon a Time. That's so cool, Jacob. That's so creative. You're welcome. I still haven't got my super chat on the fourth part of the game read since yesterday. Okay. Oh, we might have it in our computer system, Jacob. I can scroll back.
Oh, you mean on our streaming service thing? Yeah.
Jacob's super chat from yesterday is, what mermaid could be Mario's friend? Lucia? Ariel? Hanan? Lena? Karen? Coco? Princess Sarah? Sarah or Princess Minnie? I don't know any of those mermaids.
The only mermaid I know is either Ariel or Sunsetto.
Oh yeah, Sunsetto from My Bride is a Mermaid. Yep, thank you, Jacob. You're breathtaking. So, do you guys know of a mermaid that can be Mario's friend? We think Sunsetto from My Bride is a Mermaid could be Mario's friend. Actually, Ariel in the cartoon, she has several sisters, but I don't remember their names. They're all mermaids. Also, I know of another mermaid that's everyone knows from Pirates of the Caribbean. Calypso is a mermaid. She's the queen of the mermaids. In Caribbean lore, she is. I mean, I don't know if they... I don't know if she is in the movie, but in Caribbean lore, or Caribbean, she is... Calypso is known as the queen of the mermaids.
I thought she was known as the queen of the sea.
Well, she's also the queen of the mermaids. Maybe she isn't a mermaid. Maybe she just tells the mermaids what to do. Well, I'll have to look it up. Sorry.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I also know of a mermaid in history. No, I don't know. Well, there are several mermaids in lore and history, like famous ones. Such as Achilles. I think his mother was a sea nymph. And I believe the Plantagenet kings of England, their mother was supposedly a mermaid. How do I know this? Because I think it's Plantagenet kings. I can't remember exactly, but you know, their mom was a mermaid. And that's why they thought those kings were evil! I'm done. I'm done here.
Did they ever have I'm getting this game confused with another game we played, but didn't Mario Golf, like, let you explore the city of New Donk City?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did get to explore New Donk City.
Yeah, it was Mario Golf. Yeah, okay.
So somebody that hadn't been at the channel for a long time was playing Speedstorm with me, and they said that they feel like my personality is almost exactly equal to Mabel Pie. I know. I was like, well, I have heard that so many times that at this point I'm embracing it. I like Mabel, so maybe I like her because she's me. Have I heard of the Mario type game?
Typing tutor
maybe.
a long time ago.
Jessica says, wow, Amber finds some interesting things on the internet. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, well, Luke has to block me from certain sites because it's like I end up being too curious.
I tried to block you from certain sites.
Yeah, I still end up... Yeah, and then I get a warning on certain sites, like, you're not supposed to be here, you're not supposed to know this information, like, this is, you know, undisclosed information, like, this is confidential, and it's like, but I want to know, I'm interested. Looks like Amber.
It didn't used to be like that until we started, when we were really successful, like, and you had done your job of, like, replying to comments and stuff like that, which Amber literally used to take her laptop, she would sit on the couch, and for like 2 hours she would respond to hundreds of comments back in the day, because she enjoyed it. She called herself a comment junkie. And then, when I was writing Batman lore, she was looking at all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Good.
We even had a weird helicopter fly over us one time.
That's because we were looking at a website how to make like pipe bombs.
No, I wasn't! No, it was some kind of government experiment. I wasn't looking at how to build that. I know you're not supposed to look that up.
No, it was right around the time that that incident happened at the Boston marathon.
Well, I was looking at information on that because I was in Boston at the time.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm
just saying, your curiosity gets you in trouble sometimes. It does. Well, you didn't used to be that way until you became really well known online.
Yeah, I guess I was trying to be more zany.
No, you were like, oh, I'm really curious, because I kept telling you need a hobby, and you're like, well, my hobby is conspiracy stuff. And it's like, no.
No, that's not a good hobby. That'll get you in jail.
Yeah.
That'll get you in a jail that's 7 feet under the ground that no one ever hears you of again. Literally, they do put people in jail for knowing too much. It's true.
Daffy just Google stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't know when you're going to notify them.
Alright, let me,
That was worth
Alright, thank you. Thank you, Daffy. It says, characters that wear overalls are as follows.
Okay.
1, Mario. 2, Luigi. 3, Wario. 4, Waluigi. 5, the minions from Despicable Me. 6, Handy... Bless you. Handy Smurf. And Sasset Smurfling. Pete, the cat, wears overalls. Bob, the builder, I'm guessing it's Bob the builder, and Usopp. Bob and Usopp.
Usopp from One Piece?
I'm gonna say that Fix-It Felix wears overalls. And I think that, I don't know if Bob the builder does. I don't know. Can you guys think of any other characters that wear overalls? Anyone? Overalls. People that wear overalls.
I don't have my stuff next to me for my nose.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll go get you that. I'm sorry. You want me to go get you some?
I don't want to do it.
I won't! I know. I will get you fresh roll.
Not new chemicals. Well, it goes by my nose. You take care of me twice. Wait, I act like what? Why? They don't have any experience with anything. No. Wife experience. All kinds of stuff. Wives have multiple roles. Husbands have multiple roles. And that's safe. There's no
I got it from the plastic.
plastic not near the chemicals.
Oh, what else?
I think people are making fun of toilet paper stuff. This is how I do on my internet.
You know what? I'm gonna knit a little box around it.
I don't want you guys to hear my awful nose going. I want banana cream pie.
I am sorry I missed out on banana cream pie. Alright.
I love banana cream pie. I haven't had banana cream pie in so long.
Top characters that wear old overalls.
Do we still have any of that banana ice cream, or is that all gone now?
Here we go. Number 1 of the entire list
Mario.
of everyone in all media that wears overalls. Mario and Luigi. At the top of the list. The Minions come in second. Dexter from Dexter's Lab supposedly wears overalls.
No, he does not.
It says it here on their stupid Google list.
Well, that's wrong. He doesn't wear...
He wears a lab coat.
He wears a lab coat and he has shorts. Like German, like, tiny shorts.
Later Hosen.
No. I don't...
Just little shorts, yeah.
I've never seen him wear overalls. I would say that one guy from... There was a game... Oops. There was another game character that wears overalls.
Wow, Google is so wrong on this. Winry Rockbell from Full Metal Alchemist supposedly wears shorts. Scout Finch from the classic novel To Kill a Mockingbird wears overalls. Okay, I'll give them that, but people don't really... I guess books count. Rachel Green from Friends is classically known as wearing overalls. Rachel wears overalls? No, what? She wears overalls occasionally. That's not her normal outfit. Carrie Bradshaw in... Something in the City. Michael Myers from Halloween has overalls. Bob the Builder is wearing overalls. Okay. Winnie the Pooh is an overall character. Harvest Moon, why did they not put that in? They have a whole gaming category. They only put Dex. Why would they put Dexter's Lab from... Oh, it's games and animation. So they should have put... Oh, yeah, they got that completely wrong. Winnie the Pooh supposedly wears overalls. Winnie does not. He wears a red shirt with no pants at all.
Yeah, he's a problem.
He is pantsless. No, Winnie the Pooh doesn't wear overalls.
There's an exhibition here.
Mickey Mouse supposedly wears overalls. No, he doesn't. He has shorts and suspenders.
No, he's
Okay.
He doesn't wear overalls.
Matilda. I don't think she wears overalls. She wears a little dress. I don't know what thing. Well.
Oh gosh. Stop that game.
Oh! The little girl in Despicable Me wears overalls. His daughter with a little tuft of hair. She wears overalls. Oh, interesting. The girlfriend in the Goof Troop movie, she wears overall shorts. But I don't know. I think she wears different styles.
It doesn't count as overalls if you just use one.
Yeah, if you just wear one time.
That was a 90s fashion.
We're talking about, like, we want to see what characters traditionally that's their outfit.
Yeah, because Rachel Green in Friends, she only wore one strap of her overalls, too, as a fashion statement.
Oh, yeah.
So she didn't even really wear overalls the way that she was supposed to wear. Doggone it!
That's interesting.
Thank you, dude on the moon. It's me! Yep, it's you. It's you, Mario! And Luigi! Oh.
Well, interesting. Well, yeah, so the most iconic people that wear overalls, according to Google, are Mario and Luigi.
Well, on the first break, I'm gonna see if we have any, like, vanilla ice cream.
We don't. We only have the strawberry.
No!
I am sorry, I ate all the banana.
I'm gonna go grocery shopping and get some bananas that I can freeze.
It's a me!
So I want to do that before it gets too cold, because I hate having ice cream and cold food in the winter when it's cold. And it just hurts my teeth. Like, it's too cold. I like, when the temperature gets cold, I like warm food.
It was an overall jumper dress, Miss Amber. It was common when I was a kid. Oh! Oh! Was that the Goof Troop?
It was a 2000s thing.
Oh, the overall jumper dress.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was a 2000s fashion. Late 90s, 2000s.
That's cool, Miss Amber.
Pretty sure. Because Friends was in the 2000s, wasn't it? Like, Friends was like the early 2000s. It was after Seinfeld, so it came...
Yeah, I think so.
It came later. Late 90s.
Oh, I heard they're gonna do something with... There's, like, news about Friends.
Ah? Chandler's dead!
No, okay, well, besides that, I heard that they're gonna make a recreation of the Friends Cafe in New York City.
Oh.
In which you can go in and they're gonna have certain things that are like iconic to the show where you can like interact with or get kind of like Hard Rock Cafe or something.
They can't do another series because they'd have to kill off Chandler and no one would want that. Monica was so happy with Chandler. They were having a baby. Everything was going really well for them.
They could just hire a different man.
No, you can't have... No. No.
I'm not terrible.
You can't replace Chandler.
I know.
Just like you can't replace Joey.
Sorry.
Ross, maybe. Ross is irritating. He's replaceable, but Joey or Chandler? Joey and Chandler made the show.
Yeah.
Ross was just irritating. I never understood, like, there aren't that many Ross fans in real life, right? Because Ross was just annoying.
I mean...
Rachel and Ross deserve each other because they were both so irritating. Monica and Chandler were the fun ones. I like Ross and Rachel together because they're both so toxic.
So you thought that Monica was a fun character? That's interesting.
Monica...
Even though she was crazy and she always cleaned all the time?
Well, she was obsessively clean, but then she found, I liked her with Chandler. When she was with Chandler, she became a more likable character. More of her personality came out. She was more sporadic. She was more fun. She was, you know...
Yeah.
And Chandler also, you know, a good woman brings out the best in a man. It's true. So those characters, when the writers decided that Chandler and like Monica were supposed to get together, that's when the show became the Chandler and Monica show, because they stole every scene they were in. They had such good chemistry. They were just really fun together. They just like elevated everything to a whole new level, like with their chemistry.
They were like the secondary couple in a K-drama that's more fun than the first primary couple.
And that does happen sometimes. The primary couple can be very boring and just like, will they, won't they, will they, won't they. They're fighting again. It's like, oh, what's going on with the secondary couple? Interesting. You know? So, yeah. Talk on it.
Yeah, so the, yeah, for people, I mean, I don't know why I don't know, like, maybe some of you guys are younger, but, like, someone was asking, who is Chandler?
I'm not responding to that. I'm not. Go get cultured.
He was the,
Oh, you better know this, Amber.
played by Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
Joey was the guy who played the aspiring actor on the show. Or, I mean, he didn't play...
Aspiring actor? You mean the guy who played
like,
bit parts?
I mean,
He had one great role, Dr. Drake, and he fell down an elevator shaft, and then they brought back his twin brother, and he got shot. So
yeah.
he never had a major starring role again until his spin-off show, and his spin-off show, nobody took him seriously.
And then Chandler was the guy. I don't remember.
Chandler was the only one that had a steady job the entire show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And when he quit his job for like a while, people thought like, "This isn't right. You're the one who's supposed to be stable and stuff." He's like, "I quit my job."
He was very, very funny on the.
He got another job later, but yeah, everybody was like, they're like, "Our lives are all falling apart because you're happy without being at work. You need to go get a job." And he was like, "What?" The thing is trying to suck up all the juice from our city. Okay, well, we need to stop it from sucking up the juice.
I did really like Matthew Perry in that Fools Rush In movie.
I knew you were going to say that.
I really liked that movie. I thought that was cute.
That's a cute movie. We didn't really have more movies like that were comedies. Well, that wasn't very nice.
I thought that movie was very heartfelt.
It was very relatable when we were really young. We didn't elope though.
It was very relatable because...
Wait, did they actually show them get married properly at the end, or it just ends with them kissing on the bridge? We're divorced. Did they actually have a proper wedding, like in the end cutscene, or it just like faded away only for...
I don't remember.
I think they just made out on the bridge.
Yeah, so... Yeah, basically, like, the movie is about, with Matthew Perry and Selma Hayek.
Yes.
The movie is about, basically, they ended up, having one steamy night, and then they basically thought they should get married right away. And then their families went crazy, and, everything started falling apart in their lives.
They eloped.
Then they basically, they got married, but it's like, basically towards the end of the, like, as things went by, they realized, this is too hard, marriage is too hard, we should just forget about it. And at the very end, when they were finally divorced, they ended up back together. A great thing about that movie is that one guy says, like, the signs are everywhere. Because he's not sure, if he was made the right decision because he don't know. Because modern times, people say that love isn't real. Love isn't real. But, that movie seems to say, there's a reason for everything. You don't randomly fall in love with somebody, and then just because your family has hard time relating doesn't mean that you love your family.
A lot of like I won't say secular people, but a lot of modern people, they view marriage based on emotional feelings, whereas love is a verb, it is an action, it is something that you do, it is something that you sacrifice, it is something that you put your life into every day. You work at it. It's not, a feeling is great and wonderful, but it's like there has to be more than just basing a relationship on feelings, because feelings are things. You can feel like you have a cold, you just put on a jacket. It has to mean something. It's something that you both do together. It's something that you both contribute to work at. And that's, it's an action. A decision, it's an action, it's a responsibility. You have someone who's dependent on you, and someone who you want to take care of. Protect and cherish.
It's It's a great movie.
Wait, was that it?
If anyone wants to watch a sappy, romantic movie about love, I think the one Full Direction is a great movie.
It is a good movie. That was the bug monster, huh?
I like it when people make movies that about love being real, because if love isn't real, then what's the point of anything? Like, if love isn't real, then there's nothing real in life. I feel.
I'm Gangster Mario. I look like a Gangster Mario. I either look like funeral, like, director Mario, or I look like, you know...
I had a suit just like that I wore when I worked at the bank. I got it out.
You wore a mobster attire?
Yeah, and actually a customer commented that I looked like a mobster when I was wearing it.
Pinstripe suit.
It was literally a suit for women in the women's section, but it had pinstripes, and I thought I looked professional. But I had several customers that were like, "You look like a mobster."
We got rid of that big bug thing and the weather cleared up. All nice, but Bowser must have gotten away in the scuffle. We should probably get back to chasing him. We don't have enough power moons, though, so let's look around the city for more. Yeah, we're gonna be here a while. Alright, New Dunk City. Wow, look at how high up we are. So high up that... Is that fog or that's water? Oh, that's water. Okay. So New Dunk City is basically supposed to be like New York City because it's surrounded by water. Like, we're in Manhattan right now. Or we're in Long Island. One or the other.
I always thought of Chandler as the one who came up with all the funny, like, sayings and stuff.
Probably. I mean, I related most to Chandler. Like, out of all the friends.
most funny lines, though.
Yeah. I related to him so much. He was so relatable.
But that's why the show stressed him out. He was under so much pressure to keep performing all these funny lines all the time.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of stuff that he shouldn't do, and it caught up with him eventually. It's very sad. But I mean, Chris Farley, he did the same thing. He was like, well, in order to be funny, I have to use
you have to be like on
stuff.
all the time.
Yeah, I have to be constantly
like, showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there could have been other things that they could have done to help with that, but Chandler lived a long time with his thing, probably because he was so thin. But the other actors who did that kind of stuff, they didn't live very long doing that stuff.
Yeah.
What is this? Enter. Wow.
Yeah, he was really funny.
Like, if there would be one show that I would want to get on Blu-ray to have just for always, because Blu-rays last a long time, would be Friends. Friends would be a good one to have around. I like it more than How You Should Have Met Your Mother. I like it more than... I don't know if I like it more than Seinfeld. Seinfeld was just a weird show about nothing.
Oh, wow. I really like Seinfeld so much. I feel that it is relatable, but maybe that's because they said the characters were purposely written to be jerks. And I was like, why is this show relatable to me then?
Because you lived in the East Coast. There were so many people like Jerry and all kinds of stuff. If you would listen to people at Dunkin' Donuts back in the day, I'm serious, when we would go to that Dunkin' Donuts near our house in Boston, and you would hear people talking about, they would just sound like they were like Jerry, Elaine, or... You know, all these other people. It's very relatable if you lived in the East Coast.
Yeah.
But if you lived in the Midwest, I didn't have that many friends in the Midwest who actually liked Seinfeld. I had tons of friends in the East Coast that loved. Everybody loved Raymond, and they loved Seinfeld.
Yeah. Everyone loves Raymond is funny because it's some of it is like so relatable to like
married life.
People that people that know. That have to deal with their family or in-laws or brother-in-law, and it's like the pain in that show is relatable. Like the pain of like having your family come over and having to endure pain. Like
have them constantly come over and bother you.
Yeah.
I just live next door.
And the person that was the most. In Everyone Loves Raymond, it's like the person that's the most, I feel like the star of the show is the mother. Because she's like she is the show. The whole show is really revolving around her. Because everything she's saying is so unbelievably mean. Like, all the time. It never ends. Mm-hmm. You know, like every time she comes over, she's like, "Oh dear, I noticed there was some dust on the table. Like, I can show you how to clean better." You know, like I always would clean for Raymond when he lived here, you know, like, I'll help you, you know, it's okay if you need help with that. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
like,
but Deborah always found ways of getting back at the mother-in-law, which was funny.
yeah.
Like,
It
she'd be like, go up to the mother-in-law and she'd be like, well, he was your little boy until I turned him into a man. So
oh, wow.
She always had ways of going after Raymond's mom. And Ray was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But it was
true.
It was funny. That was a great show. That show didn't last nearly as long as Seinfeld or any of those other ones, but it was really funny. Like as a person who grew up in New York and stuff like that, that show was just hilarious. It was like, oh my gosh, I have Portuguese relatives just like this. I didn't marry into the Portuguese family. I'm part of it, but I've heard horror stories of. Well, there's this. It's
the pain in the show, like the utter agony.
There was this cousin, this guy who married into the family, the Portuguese family, and she was an EMT, and he was, I think he worked at a restaurant or something like that. But like they lived near her mother-in-law and the father-in-law, and they were there every day.
Oh my god.
Every day.
Yeah, you would think they would only come over like
so
once
she
a
would
week.
she would come home from like working or whatever, they both had jobs. She would come home from her EMT thing, she'd be exhausted, and there would be, the mother-in-law and the father-in-law. And she was just like she didn't understand it. And then I met her once, like at one of those big Portuguese like cookout things, and she was just so nice and stuff, but she reminded me of Deborah.
Yeah.
She reminded me, she was like the real-life Deborah of our family.
Yeah.
And I think she's still married to the guy. They had like 4 kids. But she was
it's like love is long-suffering, basically.
She was EMT from 2002 until 2020, or not 2020. I think it was 2017 or 18 is when she retired. And she basically is a substitute teacher now, like for schools or whatever. Or substitute nurse. Like she does nurse stuff at schools in the New York area once in a while.
Yeah.
So she would be now, she'd probably be like close to like 60, or like maybe she's in her 50s, something like that. Late 50s.
Yeah.
She was a young thing when I first met her.
Thank you for the super chat, Miss Deanna. Says Miss Amber, the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia makes Seinfeld looks like the Brady Bunch in comparison. Characters on that show could be like the toxic friend in a friend group dynamic. Interesting, Miss Deanna.
They're too crass though. I've tried to watch Sunny with in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I heard like under an interview that Danny DeVito likes working on that.
Yeah, he does, because I mean they swear like sailors in it. There's some funny aspects to it, but it's like it's very. You know how like Friends and Everybody Loves Raymond and stuff was like made for TV?
Yeah.
Like that show was made for cable.
Oh wow.
It's a cable show, so there is no filter.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's more like this is real life. And if you've ever been to Philadelphia, I mean Philadelphian people, yeah, Philly people love that show. Because it's Philly, I'm pretty sure.
We've been to Philadelphia several times, and I never remember it being sunny there.
True.
It's always rainy and foggy in Philadelphia when we've been there.
Also, they call it the city of brotherly love. People there aren't very nice. The people in Philly give New York a run for their money.
I remember one time we were stuck in Philadelphia on the way back from somewhere.
Yup.
We were downtown and we had to get to a McDonald's to ask for directions or something. And oh my gosh, I thought the people in that McDonald's were gonna murder us. Like, oh, yeah. I was scared for my life. I was like, why am I here at 11 o'clock at night downtown Philadelphia in a McDonald's? Like, I was actually afraid. Like, people were just like, what are you doing here? And it's like, can you tell we're from out of town? Like, how can you tell that we're not from here? Like, you're
Joseph
psychic?
Says, Everybody Loves Raymond family is basically my family.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
My parents aren't like that.
Oh, wow, Joseph. I mean, that's a true test of you know, staying married to somebody as if it, or
Would
staying
you
in your
say-
family, or keeping talking to your family if you still talk to them even though they act like that.
Would you say that Grandma and Grandpa acted like the Odd Couple, or Lucy and her husband from like what? When you saw Grandma and Grandpa act, like what like sitcom people did they remind you of? Because they were pretty funny, and they didn't act like everybody else.
If I had to think of a couple, it'd be the Honeymooners.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the old show, The Honeymooners.
Yeah.
One of these days, to the moon, Alice.
Yeah, but Alice didn't follow her husband around with a frying pan. So,
Yeah.
you know, Grandma was no like, you know, Grandma could back it up. It's like, Joe, and then he'd see the frying pan. He's like, what is it, Mindy? Oh, you know. So then he would back off. You're like, Joe, did you grab the one thing? Nope, but I'm going now.
Yeah, your grandma had so many interesting things on her fridge, like
She had a lot of spunk.
like you don't know how tough a woman is until you put her in hot. A woman is like a tea bag. You don't know how tough she is until you put her in hot water. It's like, oh wow, like, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. All kinds of sayings that Luke's grandma had all over her fridge about being a tough lady.
She was a tough
mean-
lady. She was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Well, how are you supposed to do this maze? I don't know how to do this maze.
Well, actually, I mean, I guess, yeah, I didn't realize everyone loves Raven. They are Italian, are they?
They're Italian, yeah.
Because we knew some people that were Italian at one of the churches we were at in Massachusetts, and they had a huge Italian family. And I remember being over there a few times. Remember that big family where their son and their son's wife, they annexed a house onto their own house. Remember?
Oh yeah, I
That
remember
family.
that. Yeah,
and I was over there a couple times, and my gosh, like Miss
She
Deanna,
liked you.
Miss Deanna was saying about not knowing boundaries. It's like they were over at each other all the time. They would talk
They
about.
combined their house into one.
They combined, yeah. They weren't over at they didn't go over
They
to their
lived together.
son and daughter-in-laws. They annexed the other house onto their house, so they were one house with their son and daughter-in-law. Their houses were one house combined, and yes, they were over at each other's house all the time.
But there was a reason why. Their son was born with cystic fibrosis, so
Yeah.
like he was very sick. I think he's still alive today, but he was really
But they
sick.
always thought he would.
Well, of course, because
die.
the doctors. I mean, he'd have to go to Boston and get his like, you know, fluids drained.
He had to get all the fluids drained out
Yeah.
of his body and then replaced, like at the hospital,
He was
like every
He
year.
was a pretty nice guy, depending on all the stuff that he had to constantly go through. His wife was really nice, Erica, I believe. But yeah, they
Does that mean that we are teabags then, says Miss Deanna? That women are teabags? Maybe, Miss Deanna. According to the little note on Luke's grandma's fridge.
I like tea.
Yeah, maybe we are teabags, Miss Deanna.
I'm a tea drinker. Wait, that sounded weird.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
No harem wrap. I'm not allowed. My wife says so. Somebody asked me, like, how do you feel about harems? It's like, I can't participate. My wife won't let me.
Yeah.
My wife said no to harems.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab that. This is very Mario Sunshiny.
My dad. Oh yeah, your dad likes tea, so that's fine. Yeah, there you go.
Grandma had lots of stuff on her fridge too.
Yeah.
But she always took up for herself. Like, even though she was like she had jobs before.
Yeah.
And then when she had kids, she retired. She was a telephone operator.
And then she worked with your grandfather That's kind of why we worked together, because of Luke's grandma and grandpa worked together.
Oh, they were a big influence on that, yeah.
Like, Luke's grandfather ended up doing the hot dog business, and then she ended up working with him and cooking all the hot dogs.
She also did all the books.
Yeah, so they worked together, and like a lot of people, they would always say that he did the hot dog part, but he would always correct them and be like, no.
He says, I'm what did he say? He was the person out in the field. He was the guy who was, he was the public relations manager. Yeah. He said he was the public relations manager, and he says the one who was doing the books and who helped prep the food the night before and stuff like that. He was the driver and the public relations guy. He was the people person.
Yeah.
And then Mindy was the was the one who did all the stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They were very sweet together. That was my major influence when I got married, because I didn't know that Amber and I would end up working together. We both had separate jobs.
Yeah.
You know, the car accident changed so much of what my life's plan was. But, you know, bringing Amber into the business together, it's still a lot of fun. I mean, she's not here as much as she used to be, but, I mean, there's circumstances why. It's not our fault. Like, we did everything.
Maybe if YouTube changes...
Oh, it's not just YouTube, it's also Discord's fault. Discord, we asked them for years, our viewers on Discord, to pay the $5 to use the Discord. There were hundreds and hundreds of people on there that were taking advantage of the free service.
Like, the amount of money I'm making in the morning at my restaurant job is about the amount of money that we should be making on Discord a month.
Mm-hmm.
So, in reality, I shouldn't have to do it, but, you know.
I know, sir.
It doesn't, I mean, life isn't fair, so it doesn't matter, like, you know. But,
whoops.
it's like, just be, people can just be thankful for what they have. It could be worse.
I think we got a super chat from Miss Diana. I don't know if you still see it. I don't see it on my system.
Yeah, that was when she said, Miss Amber, the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia makes Seinfeld look like the Brady Bunch in comparison. All the characters are... Okay, well, you asked me what the super chat... I already read that earlier.
Thank you, Miss Deanna. Alright guys, we gotta buckle down and do the YouTube short thing, or Amber and I are gonna have to go on break. The channel's at 10:17, literally seconds away from dropping below 1,000 views an hour. So if you haven't already, we need you to run the short. If not, I'm gonna have to make a new short because the Fire Emblem short bombed today.
Yeah, it's true, Miss Deanna. You do marry the family, not just the person. The only way you can just marry the person is if all of their family is gone, or if you move to another country where people understand that there's no possible way you can possibly visit them, and then you basically have just married the person. But then you're still gonna have to probably do Zoom calls with the family all the time anyway. So.
Oh yeah, Zoom calls.
So in reality, you're always gonna marry the family.
You
might think at first that you just married the person, but eventually the family's gonna expect you to be there for certain.
Unless they're an orphan like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that's why all the women want Bruce Wayne, because they know they don't have to deal with a mother-in-law.
Oh my gosh, that's why he's the most eligible bachelor. They don't have to deal with the mother-in-law. But the butler is very strict, so
yeah.
They don't...
Even though I think he does, well, at least in the Keaton Batman movies, he does seem to like Selena Kyle.
He liked Selena Kyle. He liked Vicky Vale. He liked whoever the script told him to like.
Oh.
It's one of those.
Sadness.
Like, well, he was the one who let Vicky in the Batcave. Like that was all Alfred. Like, Alfred did that.
Alfred, why? Why do you want trying to set Bruce up? I guess he's trying to set him up with whoever he can get.
He even said, there's this one scene in the movie, like, like Bruce is deep in thought, and he's like, here I am doing this, and all of a sudden Vic's in the Batcave, and I'm just like, hi Vic. Like, because he says, I didn't bring her down here. He's like, that was you. And then he was like, I gotta go to work. He's still out there, and all this other stuff. Like, he made mention of it in, like, very casually to, whatever, but the chemistry between Keaton and Michelle was real because they were a real couple. Like, you can't repeat that type of chemistry just with acting. Like, they were a real item.
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer and
Michael Keaton
were dating at the time or whatever? Or?
They were on again, off again. They were like Rachel. They dated in the late 80s because she originally was going to play Vicky Vale. And then it didn't work out because he was like, well, I don't want to, you know, I don't know what's going to happen if we actually do a movie together. And they'd wanted to do a movie. And then they broke up. And then he was tied to some other actress. And then by 1991, it was rumored that he was with Michelle Pfeiffer again, which they did confirm. Yeah, they got back together and they stayed together until 1993. And then he met his current wife, I believe, after that. And he keeps her very, like, not in the public's eye. Like, they're very private.
Yeah, like, he doesn't even, he mainly does his steel company or whatever.
Yep, he owns a Pittsburgh steel company. That's right. He's actually not from New York. He's done a lot of New York movies, but he's from Pittsburgh. Which originally, I believe, he was intended for the role of Groundhog Day at one point, which is why he ended up in Multiplicity with that guy.
Yeah, I have to say, some of the most fun Catwoman, I think, are Michelle Pfeiffer and also Eartha Kitt, I think was a lot of fun. Julie Namor was, like, she tried to be smexy a lot, but I think Eartha Kitt, like, made it really fun, and so did Michelle.
Yeah. Come on, guys, we need you to click those links. We're at 10:20, so we haven't really gone up at all.
Michelle Pfeiffer was so great as Catwoman. Like, that one scene where I thought she had like a weapon in her purse or something, where she was gonna kill somebody, and
she had a gun and she had a stun gun.
She was dancing with Batman.
Yep.
And then she was like crying, and he was just like holding her really close, and she was so distraught. I thought that was so like very passionate like scene. I thought like, wow.
But he was a hypocrite because he killed people in that universe. That's why when he tried to do the moral high ground, like, you don't want to do this, it's like, you kill people.
Yeah, he actually killed people.
You killed several people.
So he was trying to get her to not kill anyone, but then he, yeah.
And she did kill people. She killed Maxwell Track, obviously.
Oh.
He killed the Joker, and she killed Maxwell Track. But even before, they even said in that universe, even before they got to that part, like, of him killing the Joker, he had killed several people prior to that. And then he killed a lot of people in Batman Returns, too, that weren't major A-list villains. The Strongman was not a, you know, not an A-tier, like, Bane-like villain. He's just some guy that happened to be a strongman. He didn't deserve to be blown up. Keaton just felt like it because he's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, could have found some other way of, like, dispatching that guy. He's like, no, I put a bomb on you and I punched you in the ditch. Who's bigger now? Boom. It was funny, but...
Well, like, I thought Eartha Kitt's Catwoman was really fun because she would always use, like, cat puns and stuff.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting with Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. She was totally insane because she had died and come back to life.
Yep.
So she was, like, beyond, like, she wasn't even thinking straight. Like, she had lost it. I mean, she had nothing left to live for or whatever, because she was basically his, like, I don't know how she came back to life. Cat powers.
Cat powers. Guys, you got a 3-minute warning. If I don't see any improvement, we're going to have to go on break, and I'm going to have to go advertise the Shorts playlist to try to get some eyeballs on there. There's 60 people here. I don't know why people aren't clicking that, but you've been warned. So if I don't see any improvement in the next, like, 2 minutes, we're going to have to go on break, and then I'm going to have to spend that break finding some ice cream. Like Amber said, there's strawberry ice cream.
Strawberry.
And then I'm going to be promoting the Shorts playlist to try to get people to watch it, because the channel is literally, like, just hovering above 1,000 views. It's like 10-10. It's got to be at least around 12 or 13, because this is going to be a long stream anyway. This stream isn't even at 700 views after 2 hours and 38 minutes. So, you know, like I said, many hands make light work, but if people don't do anything, then all the stuff goes back on Amber and my shoulders, and we already have enough to do with live streaming and other things that, you know, keeping the channel stable is not something that we should be concerned about. But if our channel drops below 1,000 views, we do not get paid for that hour. So, need you guys to, you know, step it up. I know you guys can do it. You've done it before. If you don't want Mario to go on break, you have a 2-minute warning. I don't see any change, then you don't have to be like, why'd the stream go on break? You know exactly why. So, just telling you now. I got the timer going, you got 2 minutes. It won't take that long to correct this, if you do it properly. Sorry to get on New York on you, but business is business.
No, yeah, guys, don't forget to watch the shorts. Thank you, everyone. Has it gone up at all, Luke? Or?
Not yet. I'm watching it. There's probably like 2 or 3 people running the shorts out of 60 people here. Whoops. Because I can't do my job and focus on that when the channel's about ready to plummet. Like, I see flashing red lights all over the place in my mind right now, because I know it's exactly what is happening. So I can't concentrate on stuff. Which means a lot more
I
unsafe.
actually didn't mind Halle Berry's Catwoman too much.
Her movie was terrible.
But I feel like they went over the top. Like, there were some scenes they could have cut out to make her look less ridiculous. Like the one in which she was, like, on the floor of her apartment eating a can of tuna was kind of weird. Like, there was a few things. Like, I feel like they were trying to give the same idea of, like, her dying and coming back with cat powers.
Kind of, but you have to remember that there was no Batman to work with because Batman was a joke after.
Oh, so
Batman
it was
and
a
Robin.
Catwoman without Batman. Maybe that might have been a huge reason why there was a problem. Maybe it wasn't. Also, I did feel like her outfit was a little weird, but
I mean, it was the 2000s.
it was the 2000s, yeah. But
Even
like,
Elektra's costume was a little spicy.
maybe if she had had a Batman to work with, maybe the costume, or I mean, maybe her movie, maybe it would have been better. Cause
They had just approved when her movie was like, you know, coming to theaters that Batman would be coming back to theaters with Batman Begins.
Oh, interesting.
And there were rumors that a new Batman movie called Batman Year One was going to happen.
Oh.
But it didn't have ties to anything, and it went through so many different, like...
Oh, wow. So in another universe, maybe Halle Berry would have been the Catwoman to Christian Bale's Batman.
No, it wasn't going to be Christian Bale. They had somebody else in mind to be Batman. I don't remember his name. He was a newcomer. He was a Spanish-American actor who they wanted to get to play Batman for Year One, and they had a very famous director that was involved with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it didn't happen. Like, Batman Year One ended up getting scooted in, what was it, 2002? Because, like, they were like, oh, no, the Spider-Man thing is just, people want this now. And they're like, we have to go and completely reevaluate. Because they were going to do a very dark adaptation of Year One.
Oh, wow. That would have been interesting.
Well, it would have looked really bad compared to Spider-Man. Like, it didn't...
Oh, because Spider-Man was more...
Spider-Man was both dark, but it had, like, a optimistic tone. There's no optimistic tone in Batman Year One.
Yeah.
You
There
know?
isn't. It's very...
They had to go back to the drawing board and be like,
Very dark. But they did have some elements of Batman Year One and
Batman Begins. Yeah, but they also gave Alfred, like, words of wisdom to say things like, why do we fall, and all this other stuff.
Yeah, like, they put some lightness into it.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's a
Like-
perfect origin for Batman.
Like, when they had the corrupt police officers who was shaking down that falafel stand, that reminded me of Batman Year One, because I felt like there was stuff like that in the animation movie that we saw.
Right.
Batman Year One, where it was all the corruption, and then what's his name? Gordon was the only police officer that wasn't completely corrupt. Like, everyone else was completely corrupt.
Okay, guys, 1 minute warning. 1 minute left. You're improving a little bit, but we're still, like, in the danger territory of between, like, 1080 and, you know, 900. So we're not quite there yet. In order for me to breathe easier, I need to see it around, like, 12 or, like, even 1100 to see some type of improvement. Right now, it's just kind of like... It's not even a Band-Aid. It's like, I don't even know what to call it. It's not a band-aid situation. It's improving, but not really.
It would have been interesting to see, like, being a fly on the wall to see all the stuff that went into deciding how to do the first Keaton movie as Batman, because they made him so insane that I was like, how do they decide that? Is he supposed to be like the 40s Batman that killed people? Like
30s.
Oh wow, okay, so he was.
I've told you this before, but I don't mind going over this again. Michael Keaton is based on the Golden Age Batman, with some Frank Miller elements, but mostly, like, Bob Kane was a consultant of Batman and Batman Returns, I believe. I think Kane was still alive during Batman Returns. So he was a consultant. Like, literally, if they had any questions, Bob acted like Bruce Wayne. He had, like, an ascot. He looked like, you know, basically Bruce Wayne from the 1960s. He really carried himself like, you know, this is like Bruce Wayne-like character. So he would show up on set. He would talk to them. No, Batman wouldn't do this, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And he was very happy with Keaton's version of Batman because it was more like what he and Bill, like, decided on in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
And they had, Batman had to become this campy guy because the Comics Code Authority was basically, you know, stamping their foot down and being like, you know, comics can't be this way anymore because it's not for kids. So they had their own COPPA of the day, pretty much.
Wow.
They did.
That's interesting, yeah.
So Batman had to change or comic books would be canceled. So Batman became campy, like, by 1955, I believe it was. And camp and Batman years lasted from 55 until at least, like, 1964.
So they were doing the Batman before it became campy, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
30s and 40s.
So Keaton is the 30s and 40s Batman. Then you have the next Batman after that would be Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer is based on, like, kind of the early 50s Batman. He's not fully camp, and he's not, you know, fully not dark.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have the 60s Batman, which is based on both Adam West and George Clooney. The 1970s, the darker Bronze Age Batman, is based on Christian Bale. The 80s Batman, with the more dark, depressing, and, you know, very edginess to him, is Ben Affleck. And then the 90s Batman, which brought back some detective elements and stuff in the comics, is Robert Pattinson. So that means the new Batman, the Batman that we're getting with the DCU, will be based on the Grant Morrison, so the 2010 Batman.
Oh, interesting.
Yep, so Robert Pattinson is 90s Batman.
Oh, wow.
90s storytelling.
That's why he's really different than Ben Affleck's Batman.
Ben Affleck's Batman was the rage, like, very angry, dark 80s Batman who had a death of a Robin and all that stuff that happened in the 80s.
And that one was similar
Frank
to
Miller.
Arkham.
Yeah, that's similar to Arkham Batman too. Like, Frank Miller's Batman really gets the aesthetic of the character. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so Arkham is similar to the 80s.
Of course.
Wow. Well, that's why the Arkham, like, people that love Arkham, it's like, for me, it's like I'm used to Arkham and stuff. It's like, so, like, the
Arkham is 80s Batman, an animated series.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I love the animated series. So, that's why the Robert Pattinson Batman is so jarring to me. Like, what? Like, why is he like this? Like,
Because he's 90s Batman. He's right before, I would say, elements of, right before Nightfall.
yeah, because I was thinking Robert Pattinson Batman was like Gen Z Batman or something.
No, he's 90s.
Because I was like, why is he like... Because I kind of wanted like a larger-than-life Batman that's like full of rage and like crazy and like really...
They used
really,
a lot of...
like, out there.
They used a lot of 90s Batman comics and inspiration for Robert Pattinson's Batman. And the next Batman is inspired by Grant Morrison. Just like the Superman that everybody likes right now, he's not based on the Superman you and I grew up with.
It's not... Oh.
That was Dean Cain. Dean Cain was... And Dean Cain and Tom Welling was the 90s Superman.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the 90s comics, 80s comics. The
Like,
Superman that we have...
like,
Yeah.
good values and like always optimistic.
The Superman that we have right now with David, he's based on Grant Morrison. So Grant Morrison will be the inspiration for both the DCU Batman and Damian. The reason why they're doing that is because they're bringing Damian into this world, and Damian was created by Grant Morrison. So the person who understands Grant Morrison's Damian the most is Grant Morrison, and, you know, what's his name? The James Gunn person has already said his favorite run of Batman and Superman is a Grant Morrison run. So that's where your inspiration is going to come from. Mm-hmm.
It's the same era.
Yeah, but Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin and Superman runs, like, they had a lot of team-ups. Like, Superman and Batman worked together. There was great writing. Grant Morrison's a great writer.
Yeah.
He's, like, basically, like... You know how the animated series was inspired by the works of Neil Adams and Dennis O'Neil? Like, those guys that I always talk about, those 70s guys?
Yeah.
That's who breathed life into the animated series. And you love the animated series, well, the storytelling of the animated series is from the 1970s.
Oh, wow.
Right. So, the storytelling for this new Batman and Superman is from the 2010s. 2005, 2010.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And it was a really good run. Like, a lot of people loved Grant Morrison's characterization of Batman and Superman. So that's what you're going to have. But Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves' Batman, is inspired by the likes of the 90s, because that's when Matt Reeves read a lot of Batman stories. And he's already talked about this. He started reading Batman comics as late as, like, 1985. So he read, like, the Crisis. He read, After Crisis with Earth Prime, which is what they called the DC Universe when it merged into one universe. Like, they didn't have a multiverse anymore. Which is one of the reasons why probably Matt Reeves is not cool with the multiverse, is because he was reading DC Comics when the multiverse had been kicked out of DC.
Oh, wow.
When I came into existence, too, the multiverse was ending. By 1985, DC got rid of it. So I grew up with one singular DC universe until they decided to bring back Crisis stuff with, like, I don't know, Infinite Crisis and all this other stuff in the 2000s. I grew up with a singular DC universe.
It's interesting, like, that everyone was talking about multiverse at the same time. Even, like, scientists were talking about the possibility of other realities and stuff all at the same time, where the multiverse was so huge in, like, Marvel and DC. And now nobody talks about it anymore.
Oh no, we're coming off of that stuff. Like, they're getting out of that. Like, the whole Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars will be the end of the multiverse stuff. Like, but the multiverse stuff for Marvel was very big in the 90s. When DC stopped doing multiverse, like by 1985, Marvel started to do all this stuff with time travel and multiverse and Secret Wars and all this stuff. So their stint with their multiverse stuff started in the late 80s and ran until the mid 90s. And then DC brought back their multiverse in the mid 2000s. And it's kind of been around ever since, but not really. Mostly.
Yeah.
But the multiverse you'll never completely get rid of, though. Because both Marvel and DC use that as a crutch sometimes, when their main universes aren't doing well.
Yeah, but really, I thought it was I think, like, the whole thing with the Flash, especially, I think it was well done in the CW. Sort of. That's
because the entire show was based after the Flash comic books.
I thought it was really well done because I think, like, you know, like in that movie, like the Butterfly Effect, and even like a lot of sci-fi comics about it, or sci-fi movies and books, where instead of the multiverse being like, oh, how convenient, we ruined our stupid storyline that we ruined. Now we're just gonna randomly make another version of reality and fix it there. Instead of that, like, the multiverse was written like a really important thing that literally you could try to fix it, but you actually can't fix it. The more you try to fix it by going back in time, the more you ruin it.
Well, that's what they said in the Flash movie, though. And also the Flash TV show.
I thought that was a more interesting take on the multiverse, because then you realize that you actually don't have any control over reality. you can try, but really you don't, because the more you try to fix reality, the more you realize it's actually unfixable.
Right.
Because no matter what you do, fate's gonna happen. Like, even I like that conversation that the Flash had with Jay Garrick, where they were at that little coffee table thing.
Oh, you're talking about the guy
Flash,
who played
yeah,
Flash.
with the Jay Garrick, where he was, yeah, Jay Garrick was played by the original Flash, yeah.
Yep.
And they were talking about the multiverse, and then he was saying, well, you can't really, he was explaining, well, you could go back in time supposedly to fix it, but you might cause another problem. Or,
yeah, there was wisdom to that show. Yeah.
like, he was trying to warn him about that, because he was also the Flash. He was basically explaining, like, he already knew that, about that.
He already knew about that, exactly.
And it was neat that they gave a reference to the original Flash show.
It was.
Alright, thank you for the... thank you for the super chat, Dude on the Moon. Says, which run are we talking about? My bad. Just came back. Also, who is your top 3 Supermen? Also, do you read any recent Nightwing comics? Says Dude on the Moon.
By recent Nightwing comics, 2023, and from what I've heard, Babs and Nightwing are still an item. They're still living together, and they have a puppy.
It's a super chat questions for both of you. Okay. No, I mean, my favorite. I mean, I haven't really read. I kind of like listen. I used to lean on Luke's shoulder while he was looking at Flash comics on his phone.
I did used to read.
A long time ago. Like, that's the closest I've gotten to actually reading comics. Like, Luke got me the Green Lantern Corps comic book, which I still haven't read. And that's my first comic book I'm supposed to read.
I gave
so as for
The Return of Hal Jordan, written by
yeah,
Jeff Johns.
Yeah, that's my homework.
I don't even know where that book is anymore.
All the comics that I get for Luke are... Oh my god, I can't remember the author. They are... Not Grant Morrison, it's a different comic book writer.
Dixon.
Chuck Dixon. Yeah, I get Luke
He's
all
the
the
best.
Chuck... Every time I see another Chuck Dixon comic book that I have not gotten Luke, then I put that in my save for later, and I get it for him for Christmas or his birthday.
Yep.
I'm collecting all the Chuck Dixon. I have to say, even seeing Chuck Dixon and, like, even hearing, like, things that he talks about comics and just everything in general, about life in general, I like Chuck Dixon. From what I've seen him interact with people online. I think seems like a sweet person.
He's a no-nonsense kind of guy, though. If you start to troll him or like get up in his face, he'll get up in your face too.
Yeah, and I have also heard him, like, people have asked him questions like, "What do you think about blah 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 blah?" Like some new thing going on. He's like, "I don't care." Like,
Yeah.
like he's like, "I'm out of that scene. I'm not really involved in that anymore.
Right, 'cause
I don't have an opinion on this." Like, he doesn't really bother with it. He just doesn't. I don't know what he's doing.
They kicked him out of the industry, and then he got into their, like, he's independent, so he makes independent books right now about like military heroes or something like that.
Yeah, I do think Chuck Dixon was, from what I've seen and from what people have told me and from what the comics that, even from Amazon reviews of what people say, that when I look for comics, he seems to be the best writer for Nightwing and even for the Nightwing and Damian comics.
Well, that's not what. No, not Nightwing and Damian.
Oh.
Nightwing and Damian is Grant Morrison.
Oh. Well, he wrote for. Oh, let's see. He wrote Batman and he wrote Robin. Tim Drake.
He is the only artist, or excuse me, he's the only author that I know of that wrote Batman, Nightwing, and Robin
Oh, wow.
and the
So
Justice League at the same time.
Oh, so he wrote all of those. So he did Nightwing, and he did Robin, and he did Batman.
He did 100 issues of the brand new Robin run in the 1990s. He did 100 issues of that. He did 135 issues of Nightwing. He did, what was it, 50 issues of Batman.
Oh.
Then he took over Justice League. He did 35 issues of Justice League. He did 15 issues of Birds of Prey. He did a couple issues of Helena Brentley that featured Nightwing. So the Huntress, he took over the Huntress book. He was an amazing Batman writer. And sometimes, you know, he did some stuff with the Justice League. But for the most part, you know, he was able to write everything about, like, Robin and Nightwing and Batman at the same time. Plus, he had those characters constantly pop up in each other's books. So it was like he was advertising his runs for, like, what's going on in Bloodhaven, what's going on with stuff. But he created the likes of Stephanie Brown and all of Tim Drake's own villains in his, like, comic book stuff. He also wrote some of the Young Justice things. Like, he is one of the most accomplished modern or 90s, like, DC writer of all time.
Yeah, I thought he created some characters.
But usually what would happen is, honey, you would be, like, selected by DC to do a run of a singular book. He did several books at the same time, and it didn't faze him. Like, usually if somebody's like, okay, we have to have you, you know, fill in on this Robin book for a while, your main book, Nightwing or Batman, would suffer. They didn't suffer. Like, he kept the momentum and he kept the energy going for both the Nightwing and the Robin books, which were phenomenal. He wrote and created Bane.
Yeah.
So he changed up, like, the whole Nightfall thing. He did the Jean-Paul Valley thing.
Yeah.
So he, you know.
I have to say, because I have to look at comics a lot for, like, when I'm looking at Christmas to try to find Luke something. So I go through hundreds of Amazon reviews for comics because I was trying to figure out what comics to get Luke. And the modern Nightwing comics by whoever that one guy is with the fancy covers of Nightwing, they have the worst reviews on Amazon. Like, everyone hates those comics. Like, they hate that guy's writing of Nightwing. They hate it.
The only thing fans like about the Nightwing books is that Nightwing and Batgirl are a couple. They don't really like the storytelling.
The Taylor person. People do not like
Tim
him.
Taylor,
They
yeah.
do not like him. So no, I would never read his comics because he has the worst Amazon reviews ever. Like, the nice picture that's on the cover of the comic does not in any way, like, it is not a very good, it is literally a lie. It's like clickbait because it's pretending like, oh, look it, we've got this great superhero and happy character, but, like, everyone who reviews those comics, they hate that guy. So I would never read those comics. Like, Amazon reviews don't lie. There are, like, hundreds of people reviewing them. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, that's what was great about Chuck Dixon, though, is, like, his run, you could be enjoying his Nightwing run, and then you're like, okay, what's going on over on Batman's side of the world? Then you go read the Batman books, and Chuck was writing something completely different for what Batman was dealing with, but it worked.
And when you look at the reviews for Grant Morrison and Chuck Dixon, they are really good reviews. Like, people are like, oh my gosh, these books are so interesting and fun. But that Tim Taylor guy, like, people do not like him.
Nope.
At all.
Turns out there was a power moon. Here you go. Yay. Thank you.
Yeah. Like, I went through to tell you guys how much I put stock into Amazon reviews, and actually I should just make my channel all about Amazon reviews and reacting to them, because literally I go through hundreds of Amazon reviews a day because I just live online all the time. But just to give you guys an idea, like, I just wanted some nail polish, so I went through, like, literally 50 different things of nail polish online, but then I went through 50 reviews of each nail polish to see if they worked, if they lasted long, like, what, if the people like the color, if it chipped off. So I'll tell you, like, I'm very good at, like, going through the Amazon review to see if it's a quality product. I don't know why I have to talk about that, I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, like, I will go through hundreds of Amazon reviews before I even buy a nail polish for even $3. Like, I don't want to waste $3 unless I know it's a good product. I don't know why I'm like this.
You're a very good consumer.
I don't want to waste the money. Why should I spend the $3 if the product isn't going to work? I want to know beforehand.
Yeah. But the reason why I was able to convert so many people to Dennis O'Neil and Neil Adams is because, like, people who grew up with the animated series, they're like, what book should I get into? It's like, well, you could read the current stuff if you want to, but if you really enjoyed the storytelling of the animated series, this is the author that inspired the Batman that you like so much. And then I've had people all the time tell me, they're like, oh my gosh, I discovered 70s Batman, and his stories they were just so good compared to what's in comics right now. And it's like, well, I mean, that's what inspired the animated series, so of course, you know, you're gonna have, like, so many interesting stories to read, just like Paul Dini and Bruce Timm, when that was the Batman they grew up with, that they did adaptations of stories and stuff like that. You know, they kept the 70s Batman alive. And there was even some artists, or not artists, there was some comic pros at DC that were still enthralled with Neil Adams and Dennis O'Neil's work, that when they were making their Batman runs, like Grant Morrison was a huge, like, Dennis O'Neil and Neil Adams person, that he did his best to try to mold his Batman, who was much older, after kind of like the 70s Batman. And Chuck Dixon also he got to work with Dennis O'Neil and Neil Adams a lot in the late 80s and early 90s, because those guys hadn't retired fully yet. Like, Chuck Dixon was kind of their protege.
Yeah.
But Chuck, as much as I like Chuck Dixon is no Neil Adams or Dennis O'Neil. He's good, and he's phenomenal for what exists today, but he still can't hold a candle to those old, like, 1970s writers who are long gone. Like, they passed away years ago. But they brought they were the guys who took Batman back to his dark roots and gave us all those great detective stories and created Ra's al Ghul and Man-Bat and all that stuff.
So, how would you find the 70s comics? Are they online then?
Yeah, of course, the 70s comics are online.
What were their names again? Dennis O'Neil?
Dennis O'Neil and Neil Adams.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
They wrote hundreds of Batman comics all the way through the 70s into the 90s. Off and on. I'm at 706 moons now. I just bought some shiny nail polish today. Awesome, Pup Jojo. Very cool, Pup Jojo. 700 moons already? Yikes.
The reason why I have to go through so many reviews of nail polish is because I have just recently found out that everyone that I know that is at my, like, restaurant job, they all have perfect nails, except for me and, like, one other person.
But they shouldn't have nails like that because they're in the food industry.
Well, when they make the sandwiches, they wear gloves.
Okay.
But yeah, when we're making the drinks, they can take their gloves off. Even though that does seem like the nail polish would still chip into your drink.
Yeah, I would say it would.
So that's kind of what I was looking for, was like, what's a nail polish that will not chip, and, like, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah. Yep. Very cool. Yeah, so, yeah. But yeah, it's basically my Amazon. I go through so many Amazon reviews for everything. Like, even, like, just basically everything. Like, never mind. I won't even. Why? Okay, the question is, why couldn't I just go to the store and get it? Because, number one, I don't want to drive to the store just to get one thing. And number two, even when I go to the store, they might not have all the colors I like there. They have so many more colors online. So then I can go through so many more. Yeah, what were you saying?
No, I didn't say anything. I was pivoting my camera so I could try to look around and see if there's any...
So Dennis O'Neil and Neil Adams. So both of them have Neil.
Yep.
Not gels. They will not chip. Thank you, Pup Jojo. Appreciate it.
Yep.
There, Pup Jojo knows my pain that I'm trying to figure this out.
But even when they were retired, or not retired, even when they weren't working as much as Chuck Dixon, Chuck would still ask them questions. Because they were still, you know, they finished the run of Batman, But they were also, like, guys who did the Green Lantern, the famous Green Lantern and Green Arrow books of the 1970s. They wrote those.
Yeah.
So, you know, they were just very good at telling, like, human stories, but they kept things subtle, and they kept things very, like, you know, very, very nuanced, so that the story could breathe. The problem that I have with writers today is they don't know what the term subtlety means, and they don't know what nuanced is, and they don't know what giving the characters a chance to breathe means. So that's why a lot of their comics suck, is because they're just like, they have some good moments in their books,
Yeah.
but those moments are completely overshadowed by a lot of the other junk they do. Like it doesn't, they don't let anything resonate. It just kind of like, they do something for shock value and then that's it. Whereas there's so much stuff that they're squandering. Like they're capable of being very talented people. They've written New York Times bestsellers that weren't comics. It's just when they write comics, which they say quote unquote is their dream job, they do a terrible job.
You know what I really like reading the Amazon reviews of people because they're so blatantly honest. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I really wanted to read the newest Nightwing book," and then they'll be like, "I picked this up and I thought it would be like older Nightwing comics that I read, you know, when I was younger," and then they're like, "But this wasn't anything like that, and I just didn't like it. I can't put my finger on it. I just didn't enjoy it very much. I'm gonna go back to reading older comics."
Mm-hmm.
And it's stuff like that that makes you realize, like, people really want to like the new comics, but they can't even put their finger on it. They just don't like it. It's just not fun to read. It's just not, the characters aren't as resonating with them as much. They just don't like it. So, I mean, like, that's, I mean...
It's because comic books are not made for comic book fans anymore. Comic books are made, and this is what Stan Lee said is wrong with the industry, is when you make comics to make yourself happy, you don't make your reader happy. So they're not focusing on a product that they know that someone is going to like and buy. They're making a product that they themselves like, but nobody likes them.
That's interesting, because that's exactly what, I mean, not to talk about myself again, but in my cooking class, with the people that were aspiring to be chefs in my class, hopefully myself included, maybe one day, but it's like, they told us, that's what they told us. They said, you need to stop, because that's what they got us to stop doing, like, day one. They were like, they would say, make this mac and cheese, and I want you to add breadcrumbs, I want you to make it like a restaurant for people that are going to come by. And people would put too much spice in it, they would put too much salt in it, they would add weird things in it, like fish and stuff that other people wouldn't like. And then the chef was like, you need to make this for the consumer, the person that's going to go to your restaurant. You can't make this dish for yourself. If you make it for yourself, no one's going to come to your restaurant. You need to make this for the customer. So it's kind of interesting, like what you said, like with the comic books. It's like, if you make the comic book only for something that you would read, then you're going to have one customer, that's yourself. So like you know, you need to learn what is your customer audience want. And that's what they like taught us in cooking class, was like, you need to reduce the salt. You can't add too much spice.
Right, this is the difference.
You need to make it the way that people want it. It doesn't matter how you like it. You have to make it the way people expect it to be.
Exactly. And these people, these activists, they have a problem with that, because they're like, well, I want to make something that I enjoy. It's like, but it's not about that. It's about making something that you know is going to be something that people want to invest in, because you're going to have, like, what, a 12, maybe 5, 9-issue miniseries that people are, if they don't like what you're doing, they're not going to buy. No one needs to be entitled to buy what they don't want.
Yeah, I mean, I even have to remember that for our channel. Like, we have to remember, like, it's like there's certain things that I would love to play, but people aren't going to want to watch it, so I have to play what people want to watch. I mean, that's just normal, like, for any business, like, you know. And I've had people all the time, like, I've had several people, like, be like, why did you stop this game? I thought you really liked it. It's like, I did, but nobody else did that was watching it. So, like, there was no reason for me to continue it. Like, nobody liked it that was watching it.
Yeah, so basically the major difference was Chuck Dixon, like, he studied many, many years ago. It was like 20, 30 years ago. He was like, I have been given the keys to the Batman legacy, and I'm going to do my best to honor that legacy. Like, I'm making Batman stories that will live on long after I'm dead. Like, that's what he was trying to accomplish. Whereas people today are like, I'm making comic books to appease people that don't even buy comics because I'm using this character to further my agenda, is basically the difference. So the person who is better is the person who's actually trying to take the legacy of something and improve upon it so that, you know, it adds to the mythos. Like 50 years from now, it's still cool. Whereas the other writer is trying to use the brand to further his own whatever agenda it is to make himself feel better, which is wrong.
Yeah, hopefully they get writers that, I mean, it's interesting, like,
but you have to understand, most of these people don't have morality. They're, you know, narcissists. They're, like, egotistical. They believe that they need to, like, be, like, glass ceiling breakers when most of that stuff was already, like, done with in the 50s and the 60s.
You know what was a great game that I feel like they paid attention to the fans really well and carried on the legacy of that character was that Indiana Jones game. Mm-hmm. Like, they did so well with trying to keep to the legacy of what would Indiana Jones do.
What would Indiana Jones be like today?
Like,
exactly.
if they did that with comic books, like, then they would sell so many more comics. Because that Indiana Jones game sold so much because people agreed, like, yeah, I feel like Indiana Jones would do this. Like, this makes sense. But, like, in comic books today, they just take the character and they're just like, you know, Batman is just like, you know what? I think crime is okay now. Everything's fine.
Some types of crime is permitted. Yeah.
And it's just like, what? Like, wait, the character, that doesn't go to the character. So, like, yeah, it's kind of...
Well, it's because the writer was like, okay, right now we have cities that are being burned down to the ground. So we're going to have Batman look past, like, looting as a crime and certain types of theft, and as long as it's over this amount, you know, it's not really stealing. They had to do a bunch of weird stuff because they were trying to match the crazy times that we live in. And Batman thrives as a character that is not set in a certain, like, you know, current time period. He works best set in the world of Gotham City, which is not supposed to be like our own world.
Yeah, like, maybe if they would have just not paid attention to what was going on in the...
It's kind of hard
in the modern day and just worried about what was going on in Gotham, like the fictional universe, maybe that would have been actually better.
The thing is, everything that's happened, like, over the past 7 years, most people, unless they were, like, outwardly affected by it, like you and I, they're not going to remember it. Like, a couple, like, already things are happening now where that stuff is going to be dead anyway, but, like, the people who it impacted, who it hurt, will never forget it. But other people, like 3 years from now, I bring up something about activism, no one will have no idea what the heck I'm talking about. Because it's not going to be that world anymore. Like, they lost. They lost comic books, they lost movies, they lost video games. I'm just kind of parading over their corpse because I hate them. But, like, the people who are actually impacted by these people, harmed by these people, try to be destroyed by these people, those people will never forget. Which is... I wish I could forget. I wish I could wake up one day and just not remember any of this stuff. But it's like, it really hurt me, you know? It hurt my business. It almost hurt my life. All kinds of stuff. Holy snap.
I know what you mean. Like, people that took their opinions too far and started, like, hacking people and attacking.
Well, the thing is, I said years ago that if people don't stop this, someone is going to die over this. I said that, like, 3 or 4 years ago, that if this does not stop, it's going to get to the point where they're going to start to kill people. And that's exactly what happened. I was 100% correct. Because I could see what was happening. Like, I could see how volatile and evil and nasty these people were getting. And they had, like, most people have, like, a common sense where they stop. Like, where they're like, okay, I'm not going to go that far. Like, I might go this far, but I'm not going to go that far. Like, that's crossing the line. I'm not going to go there. But these people, they don't have boundaries. They don't have morals. They don't have, like, a stop. There's nothing in their brain telling them to stop. It's only go. Keep pushing. Keep going. Keep going. You're right. Everyone else is wrong. Just keep going. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, Hopefully comics will get better then. We'll see.
Well,
Probably
time,
not.
time will tell.
Probably not.
But other media
Probably
is
not.
getting better.
Yeah, like, hopefully gaming will get better. Like, especially that Indiana Jones game showed that people could just focus on the character, even if it wasn't what they would do in that situation, it's what Indiana Jones would do.
Exactly.
Like, so, like, yeah, that would be interesting. Like, you know.
So,
yeah.
let's go do the, oops. We're gonna go gather musicians now, because I think I've gotten all the moons that I can. And we'll do the part of the level that everybody wants, which is the song. The song from what's her name? Pauline's song.
Oh, Pauline.
Yeah, so we have to gather Pauline's band for her to sing. That's what has to be done, if I remember correctly.
But yeah, there's your answer, Dude on the Moon, to your question about what comics. So, probably Grant Morrison and Chuck Dixon comics, and then
The
Dennis
70s.
O'Neil and
Neil Adams. Yep.
Those are the ones that
Those are the ones.
Luke likes mainly.
They're the ones, the stuff that inspired me to do Batman lore was the work of Dennis O'Neil, Neil Adams, and Chuck Dixon. That's what inspired me.
The closest I've gotten to reading comics is, for me, is watching the animated series in the Justice League and reading a few Flash comics with Luke.
And the Batman the Animated Series is inspired by 70s Batman.
Yeah, so I mean, I watched Batman the Animated Series and Justice League.
So, if you know who 70s Batman is, he's the guy who had the blue and the gray suit with the tall ears.
Oh.
And he had the yellow bat insignia on his
So
chest.
they just changed it to black for the animated series.
Bingo. New Donk City really means the world to me. I just can't thank you enough. Okay. You really must join us for our upcoming festival. I'd love to show you my gratitude to both you and the city with a surprise. Do you think you could find my 4 backup musicians? The drummer's right there, the guitarist is over there. Yes.
Oh, you have to talk to them.
You have to find them.
Wait, I thought we did this in Mario Golf. Oh, no, we didn't. It's just that New Donk City looks similar.
New Donk City is open world in
I actually, speaking of Amazon reviews, I have to read a lot of Amazon reviews for like piano books. Not to get back on toot my own horn or something, but literally, like, some piano books are like terrible. Like, they're not easy to read, they're not at a good skill level, so I have to like look at tons of reviews for that too.
Look at Mario, he's dancing to the drum beat.
Yeah.
Kawaii. Huh? Yeah, indeed. Even over the rhythm of the city, I heard you and Pauline talking. Been a while since I was able to be part of the city festival. Been a long while. If she'll have me, tell the big lady that I'd be my pleasure to join her on stage. And you got a moon for that. Okay. Yahoo! So, if you look at the style of drum playing that guy has, I don't know if he's still there, if you can go see him, but he's doing a jazz style. So, a lot of rock musicians, what they do is they play cross hi-hat. So this gentleman here, he's playing jazz style, which is actually how I used to play the drums. I would play this. I never played cross arm.
Oh, so
I was not
he plays like this with his arms out.
It's a lot easier to, I mean, cross arm you look cool, but I mean you're able to do more fills and it feels more natural to play open like that. It's very jazz.
Feels more relaxed.
Yeah, it's more relaxed. Yep. I never could play cross. Everybody like when I was in high school band and stuff like that, people would play cross hi-hat and stuff like that.
I'm gonna get
They look
you
flashy.
this device on Amazon. It's called Renew Leg or something.
Oh, you're talking about those newfangled things that help with neuropathy?
And you can put them on your legs, and they massage and warm your legs till your neuropathy disappears, and that's how you're cured.
It's not gonna disappear.
It's $40, and it cures your legs.
No.
And you're able
That's a
to walk.
waste. That's a waste of money.
No, it says it works. There's Amazon reviews that say that they've been saved, and it's a miracle.
Right, and how many of those Amazon reviews are based on bots, honey?
What? What are you talking about? What do you mean? There's no Amazon reviews that are based on bots.
There is no cure for neuropathy.
Then how come so many people said they're cured instantly?
Because they made a fake account on Amazon, and then they added a bunch of fake stars to it.
They said they had neuropathy for years, and they were cured in under a week just by having their foot massaged. By this worming thing that velcros onto your foot. Come on, Luke! Give it a try! Amazon reviews don't lie.
Yes, they do.
That should be a song.
1 second. Hey man, what's up? You looking to score an autograph? Say, I've heard about you. You're going around getting musicians to play for the mayor at the festival. Alright, well for the gig rates the mayor pays, I'm definitely in. You know, civic pride and new donk life, all that stuff. So I do get it. Sweet.
I like jazzy music too. I like jazzy music too. Yeah, jazz is awesome.
I was a jazz percussionist, though. I wasn't a rock person. I mean, I liked playing heavy metal and other things, but... Like, I was more... When I worked as a studio musician in Chicago, it was for jazz. So I really... Even though I didn't grow up in that era, I loved jazz and blues. And swing and stuff like that, so that's the type of drummer that I was. I could play to pop songs and rock and metal if I wanted to, but... I preferred... There's a lot more freedom for a percussionist when you're playing jazz and, like, stuff, because, like, it's more impression-based. Like, you feel it in your soul when you play jazz. And, you know, it's not like you're following the same type of fills and runs and stuff that you do when you're playing the metal or rock or something like that. There's more freedom, as well as it feels like everybody gets a turn to have a spotlight when you're in a jazz band too. Like the drummer gets his own section, the guitarist, the trumpets, whatever. Everybody gets to be like their own shining star for a brief second.
Oh my gosh, I have a funny story about jazz music.
1 sec. What's with the serious face, pal? Wait a sec. I heard about you, little man. You're the musical guy, right? Don't sweat it. Say no more. For all that she's done for the city, I'm totes down. Have a moon.
Okay.
He's the bass guitarist. Yahoo! Bassist on board. So we just have to find the trumpet guy?
I'm looking up the menu first.
No, honey, it's not real. Alright, so where do we find the trumpet guy? Wait, is it the... Who's the next dude? Is it a trumpet or a piano player?
Whoa. Like,
we found the drummer, we found the bassist, we found the guitar. What's the next instrument I'm supposed to be looking for? Is it trumpet? Or is it another guitar player? I can't remember. The trumpet guy? Thank you, Miss Deanna. I figured it'd be trumpet, because you gotta... Trumpet has a pretty significant role in the song with Pauline. It would make sense.
There it is. It's called Foot Renew. Foot Renew. You strap this onto your foot.
I don't think that's a good idea.
You want to see it?
No. I think it's a waste of $40.
I don't have it right now. I'm going to save up for it in a year. Okay. I'll save up 1 penny a day until I can buy this. What?
It's a ripoff.
Jessica says, Amazon reviews can lie. And Pub Jojo says, people get paid to review products. Oh, wow.
That's true.
But they can't pay you more if you give a favorable review, will they? Or do they expect you to give a favorable review?
I mean, sometimes.
Oh, wow. I guess they do that for games.
There's Trumpet Guy.
Because some game companies have told us, Nintendo, that we're not allowed to say anything bad about the game.
You know what it is? I think we were just blinded by nostalgia. I think that Nintendo has always been the emperor.
Oh, and we just thought they were good, but we didn't realize they were always
because
think
of all the weird practices that they used to do behind the scenes that become more common now.
Yeah, they were always this way.
It's just we were blinded by nostalgia. They were always worse than E3. They were always worse than EA. We just didn't realize that because we worked for them.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
I was really thinking about it because a lot of the stuff that people say they have a problem with today with them. I mean, yeah, they're super greedy and stuff, but they used to flag YouTubers' videos all the time. They used to take people's ad revenue. They used to like get into all types of legal problems, you know, with other like game developers. They fought tooth and nail with Square.
It's because Iwata changed the whole Nintendo.
Well, Iwata was nice.
Iwata changed everything. He helped rebuild relationships.
Yep, Iwata was a world builder. Like, he came in after everybody. Like, he was a great person that was able to like talk to so many of the different people that had problems with each other and get everybody to work together. And he kind of felt like, I don't know, everybody like kind of saw him more as a friend. I was watching a Japanese documentary a couple weeks ago about Iwata, and a lot of these different game developers in the business today, they were saying Iwata felt like just an everyday guy that you could just sit down, have some tea with, and just like, you know, iron out the details, and he would get what you were saying because he had this point of view as a game developer himself. So he would understand what you needed for your budget and what the team would need, as well as, you know, he would be able to relate to you, the business side of what the business needs from you too. And it was a better work environment. Like, whether you were a third-party developer, second-party, or even working first-party.
Yeah.
Like, you understood immediately what Iwata needed from you.
Yeah.
And, you know, Nintendo today, it doesn't have that soul anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the perspective of, okay, we're game developers and we're also game publishers. They're more like a game publisher these days than they are a developer.
Yeah, that's why they only had 2 games for the Switch too.
So the only way, right, the only way that Nintendo was going to keep that same soul that Iwata had is if either Miyamoto or Sakurai took the job as Nintendo CEO, and they both declined it.
They didn't want it because of the stress.
Well,
probably.
Miyamoto, he wanted to move away from video games, and he's been very prominent, like, with the entertainment thing. Like, he's been helping build theme parks. He's been doing the Hollywood thing, like making sure that they, you know, do justice to their characters for movies and TV. So he's not really involved with a lot of the video game production anymore. And Sakurai is too busy with his own pet projects. So you don't have that, like, core leadership at Nintendo anymore to be like, hey, maybe this isn't a good idea, or we're kind of tone deaf with their company. And when you have somebody like Doug Bowser, who is known for working during the evil empire of EA Games, I mean, you know.
It's like 2 evil corporations coming together.
Yes. Hey, trumpet guy. What brings you all the way up here, Groovy Hat, man? One sec. You're the one looking for cats to play with the mayor, right? You tell the mayor anytime, any place. I wouldn't miss our festival. Yeah. Yatta. I want to put on my groovy, my thing.
The trumpet is important. It's like the main lead. That's all the musicians we need. Thanks. I am amazed at your persistence. You should consider running for public office. Now, I just need to figure out this other problem. See, the underground power plant seems to be out of commission. We need that thing to supply power to the festival. I don't suppose you're familiar with underground work, are you?
Ah. Yes, he's familiar with them.
Christiana says, Sony and Nintendo have a huge grudge against each other, mostly due to Nintendo's strict dad, Mr. Yamaguchi, at the time. Thought that Sony was trying to get into the gaming business.
Well, Sony was trying to get into the gaming business, and, you know, everybody talks bad about Yamaguchi, but Yamaguchi was correct about something. Did you guys know that Sony demanded if they make that collab system with Nintendo, that part of the agreement would be is that they would get a percentage, if not all, of the Nintendo IPs? So Yamaguchi, the reason why he backed out with his deal with Sony for the Nintendo PlayStation, which became the Sony PlayStation, Because everybody paints Nintendo bad, but everybody forgets the part of the story where PlayStation was demanding Nintendo's intellectual properties. And
that's messed up.
Nintendo went with Philips because Philips did not demand Nintendo's intellectual properties. They said they would license them. They would pay to license. So, of course, Nintendo went with Philips CDI over Sony.
Pup Jojo says, remember there are 2 moons during the festival.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Pup Jojo.
Whoops. Yikes!
Yeah, Miss Deanna was saying Sony was like the emperor too.
Yeah, of course, but everybody's always like, well, you know, Nintendo backed out of PlayStation. It's like, because it was a bad deal. If Sony hadn't demanded that they, you know, own the intellectual properties of Mario and Zelda and Metroid and things like that, Nintendo probably would have, like, actually ended up merging with them and doing all this other stuff. But yeah, Yamaguchi knew a bad deal when he saw it.
That's not right to take somebody's IP.
But
you're stealing their their character.
Even though that was a good thing, I view Yamaguchi kind of like the Dido of the video game industry. Like, he had some moments where they were wins, and he had some moments that were major failures. What he did with Square was a huge problem. Like, you know, he was so up his own butt that he didn't understand what he was doing wrong with the whole Final Fantasy thing, and he basically threw Square into Sony's open arms. Like, if he would have found some way of being like, alright, so we can't do Final Fantasy VII the way that it is for PlayStation, but what if we could do a spin-off game on Game Boy or something?
Right.
Like, if he would have actually thought with his head, because, you know, Square had such a great relationship with Nintendo. Nintendo saved their lives. So they were eternally grateful to Nintendo from the 80s and early 90s. So if Yamaguchi would have just figured out some way of working with what the systems were capable of, we could have still had Final Fantasy games and all this other stuff as a prominent feature of Nintendo, which disappeared after 1995 until 2003, I think. It was a long time. You know, because Square held a huge grudge, and so did Yamaguchi. Iwata had to fix that grudge.
Sharon says there's a building with moons on the side that you can go inside. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Sharon. And Pup Jojo was also saying there's 2 moons at the festival. Oh.
Yeah, we know that Nintendo Japan calls it friends. Of course. That's why you have to have a good CEO. You have to.
But, you know. But yeah, I mean, like, that, like, you were saying, like, a long time ago about Reggie, where he was able to explain to Nintendo Japan, like, that, you know, like, American consumers aren't like Japanese consumers. Like, they want, like, certain games that are going to be, like, on sale, or, like, a special. Like, I mean, what was that thing where you used to get, like, a Nintendo Selects or something?
Player's Choice, Nintendo Selects. Yeah, that was a thing.
Choice. Like, I thought Reggie helped with that.
It was Reggie's idea, too, to give back to the consumer when they bought games on the Switch. That was a Reggie thing.
That's not happening anymore.
No, that's gone. I was even like, why? Why does it feel like it's so expensive to get Nintendo games now? And I looked on our thing, and it was like, where's the Nintendo Gold Points thing? Like,
I have a picture in my mind of Doug Bowser being like, oh, Nintendo's giving back a discount for your next game. Interesting idea, Reggie. Not anymore.
yeah.
And canceling this perk. Sitting back in his chair. I truly am Bowser, the villain of the story.
Interesting idea, Reggie. Not anymore. Yeah.
It's like, but the children love the discounts.
Well, I like money, see?
No, terrible.
I mean, Bowser's a nice guy, but he's an executive, you know? That's what executives do. They make money. They're not... Reggie, what made Reggie so unique in the game industry is Reggie came from the perspective of a marketing manager. Like, his job was marketing. Like, he knew how to market and do brand, like, repair, as well as, like, to make brand, not appeasal, but appeal. You know, he was an idea guy. And, you know, I still think, in terms of American CEOs, like, Reggie... I would really think that he would go down in history as one of the greatest American CEOs because he was a visionary. And you want a visionary in a position of power like that because, you know, they really, like, catapult. Like, Nintendo was on its way out a little bit. They were in trouble the way that Sega was. If it wasn't for the Game Boy Advance, which was kind of iffy in the beginning, you know, Nintendo was in big trouble because the Virtual Boy failed. They lost a lot of money on that. N64, people are like, well, the N64 wasn't a flop. Yes, it was. The N64 did not sell anywhere near the Game Boy or the Super Nintendo. It sold about, what was it, 30 million units less than the Super Nintendo, and it sold about, like, 50 million units less than the Game Boy.
I liked how Reggie got people excited about, like, Nintendo games again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people kept ragging on Nintendo with mean commercials. And then, like...
The mean commercials were funny.
And then, like, Reggie came in and was making Nintendo cool again.
Genesis does. What Nintendo? Like that, you had to be a genius to do that type of, like, marketing.
That's mean!
Right.
I apologize. As a Genesis fan, I apologize.
Oh, stop. You used to troll me with those commercials, too.
I apologize. Oh, it's wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong. It's inherently wrong. That breaks the gaming code.
Breaks the gaming code. Yes, there's a code.
There is one, and that was
it's more of a guideline.
That's over the line. That was over the line. I apologize. To all the Nintendo fans, I apologize. On behalf of Sega, I apologize. I'm sorry.
On behalf of Sega fans over there, I apologize for the smear campaigns.
I am sorry. I am sorry.
The rough marketing. Can't do this on Nintendo.
I am sorry for the slander, the bullying.
Genesis does. What Nintendo?
That was uncalled for.
It was fun. I even remember those commercials all these years later, and I wasn't a huge Genesis fan. They put in American marketing. Like, the dude, whoever was the marketing genius behind that campaign in the 90s, like, I don't know, he just deserves so much praise because that was brilliant. Like, how in the world, as a system that is underperforming compared to your competitor, how do you make them look worse than you? No, I'm serious.
I don't know. It's impossible. How could you make them look worse? But they did.
They did in terms of marketing, but they didn't sell anywhere near what the Super Nintendo did.
Yeah, they just made people feel bad.
They made people think that the Super Nintendo was a kiddie system, but at the same time, they didn't really, you know, benefit from all that stuff. It was just, it was really mean-spirited marketing, but it was funny.
It was like the silent majority of gamers were playing Nintendo, but they didn't want to say it if they were playing it out loud.
Yeah, something like that.
And like just like a few Genesis kids being like, oh, I have the cooler system, but they didn't realize they were in the minority.
If Sonic is making fun of Mario with their commercial, I can't wait to see it. If it's true that the new Sonic Crossroads Racing is making fun of Mario Kart World, I mean,
oh my gosh, they should.
They should, because Nintendo...
They should say Genesis does what Nintendo...
No, it wouldn't be Genesis.
Oh. Sonic does. I wanted to get a first-hand look at the problem down here at the power plant, Mario. Looks like that monster's friends need to be taught a new dunk lesson. Wow, the fact that Pauline was once a love interest for Mario...
She doesn't act like it in this game.
And Mario is 1/3 of the height of her. He comes up to her knee.
Short the king. Not the diss of the Short the King.
He's coming up to her knee. It's her knees.
Both the Peachy and the what's her face? They like the Short the Kings.
Oh my god. What in the world?
I'm like a teddy bear that you snuggle with. I'm so small. They can't get enough of the cuddly mustache.
Oh my gosh.
She moved on.
Oh my gosh. He's so short compared to her.
If the new Sonic commercial makes fun of Mario Kart World, I want to see that so much. I will post that on our channel. I will make that tonight's YouTube
I want to make my own commercial of it. I think it would be funny. Having Mario Kart World and having Mario sitting there and playing a kazoo for the music of the Mario Kart, and then having like awesome music play with Sonic.
This is Mario Kart World, an open, barren world. This is Sonic Transform,
Yeah.
where you go to other dimensions. This is Mario Kart, where you can drive on the dirt. This is Sonic, where you can fly through the air. That's the kind of stuff they used to do.
Yeah.
Sonic does what Nintendo doesn't. Make exciting games. Oh.
Sonic does what Nintendo doesn't, make exciting games. Oh, yes. It's true, though. It's true.
Nintendo gave you a boring world. We gave you multiple dimensions.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
It does, says Pub Jojo. I can't wait.
Nintendo used to give you crossovers. We give you lots of crossovers with Nickelodeon characters and the Ninja Turtles in a Sega game. There you go. Okay, there we go, Amber.
Oh, thank you, Mario. Now that you've powered up the city, it's time for the festival to begin. Now we can finally kick off the festival in style and power, shall we? Oh, hey! Would you like to participate in the festival? It's right up your alley.
Yes.
Great! I know you'll do us proud.
I will try.
And here's where Pauline sings, I think.
Yep.
She's like, quick wardrobe change. This is unexpected. Because you're like, oh, she's going to be in a mayor's suit.
Welcome
Fooled
to the
you.
Dong City Festival, a celebration of the history of our city. And now, to get things started, her honor, Mayor
What?
Pauline.
Pauline?
The glow up.
It's her revenge glow up.
Revenge glow up. She doesn't remember Mario though. Like they don't even. I don't even think they ever bring it up in this game at all. I don't think so.
Mario doesn't want to talk about it.
Mario doesn't want to talk about past loves. He's like, I'm here to go after Peach. I think in the 80s I had another main squeeze. I don't know. No, you know what? He forgot Pauline because of all the times he smashed his head against the bricks.
Yeah.
He was so distraught over Pauline that he purposely smashes his head against the bricks. Also, look at how Pauline is clearly into Donkey Kong because she's modeled the entire, like, thing after Donkey Kong.
Wait, oh, we can find the commercial right now?
Yeah, we're gonna watch it after our stream.
It really is the old 90s commercial, just changed the game. Oh, wow. So cool.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna put that on our channel today then.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna upload it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they deserve that. For their barren wasteland of Mario Forza. They deserve this.
Nintendo made Forza. We made this!
Yeah.
Which looks more exciting? This type of racing? High octane, Sonic and Friends, or Mario and his elderly fun. You want rings? We got rings! You want characters? We got characters! What does Nintendo have? Remember when Nintendo used to have Link and Animal Crossing and Mario Kart? Well, we've got the Ninja Turtles!
Yeah.
Talk about cowabunga!
I would like to see a commercial in which a little kid is playing Mario Kart World. Is like, I'm not having fun.
Hey kid, then play this. This is better.
Whoa!
I know, right?
So many characters and dimensions. Cool. I don't need that other game anymore, Dad. You can throw it in the trash.
The fact that Pauline went and recreated Donkey Kong for her festival just says so much. It's like, where's Mario? It's like, yeah, no big deal. Mario can go up and dance with her now. Be like, Short King coming to through.
The father is crying in the commercial, $80 down the drain.
Oh, it was 80. No, it was technically 50.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
There we
you're
go.
right.
There we go. There we go. Look at little Mario go.
You missed the movie.
Oh well.
She's like, you're ruining it.
Ah!
You're ruining it!
He's like looking at her.
He's like, so?
He's like, Short King wants a tall piece of that. I don't know.
Whole glass of cranberry juice.
Sparkling cranberry juice. Okay.
Thank you, Mario. I'm dedicating this festival to you. We couldn't have done it without your help. Please accept this as a gift.
She'll be your one-up girl. Wow, Mario. Dude, trade in Peach. She doesn't have Pauline's spunk, man. She's not the girl that you grow old with. Pauline's the girl you grow old with.
Peach would sing a song.
Peach is the one who's gonna take all your money when you reach a certain age.
Peach is gonna sing a song and sing, "Give me your money and I'll give you a forehead kiss."
I'll bake you a cake. I took your wallet, by the way.
We'll
We're
be
broke.
best friends forever.
We're broke. We're broke. You want to know what I'm surprised about? We never got an evil version of, like, a princess. We have evil versions of Mario and Luigi, but we don't have an evil princess. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, you're right. We should have an evil princess.
If Nintendo wants to change it up for the times, like, you model somebody after the 2020s, bring in an evil female version of Peach or...
Dude on the Moon says, I can see that being a 90s commercial for Sega. Dad, son, where is your Super Nintendo?
You threw it in the trash.
And what is this cool new system you got? Son, it's in the trash.
No, I never
It
threw
wasn't
up my
cool
Super
enough
Nintendo.
for...
I never threw that. But yeah, they badmouth Nintendo all the time. But the thing is, they lost the console race.
Yeah.
Like, Genesis was smashed by Super Nintendo. It's true. Like, they did not win the console race. Like, Nintendo crushed them with the Super Nintendo. That's not your car, Sweet Pea. Or maybe it is. No, it's not. That's our annoying neighbors. Wow, guys, turn off your alarm. Thank you. You can pound on our wall all the time, but it takes you almost 5 minutes to shut off your car alarm. I see how it is.
You can do the... we might do the festival over off camera, Pup Jojo, if we have to.
I mean, I didn't even see the moon though. Like, I don't see things that well.
We'll have to go over it in a video to see where we missed it if we're gonna do 100%.
We're not 100%.
Thanks for letting us know, though, Pup Jojo and Sharon. Appreciate it. Evil Toad would be jackpot, says Neo's
Yeah, there you go.
Village.
Exactly.
Evil Toad.
You want to know what I miss? Like, there was one group that we used to make fun of that, like, I really thought they were gonna take over the world, but they just kind of got, like, swallowed up by cancel culture. But they were the annoying people that used to, like, complain about their frappuccinos, and they'd always be hanging out in coffee stores.
Oh, right.
That group. What was their name again?
Hipsters.
The hipsters, yeah. The hipsters everybody hated, you know?
Yeah, we could easily make fun of hipsters because they were weird.
Well, I mean, the
different.
group that replaced the hipsters was even weirder, but, like, the hipsters, it really felt like they were going to be around for quite a while.
Yeah, like, there was a lot of movies back then that was made, and it even referenced hipsters and their culture. It was stuff like, oh, did you get that at a secondhand store? And it was like, no, I bought this for $50, like, online, even though it's used, and it has stains on it to make it look like I got it at a secondhand store. Like, that's the kind of people hipsters were. It was like, they purposely spent tons of money to purposely make themselves look like garbage wherever they went. Like, they're like people with way too much money that hang out at a coffee house and, like, always, like, acting like they were smarter than everyone else, but, like, if they were that smart, why did they dress so badly?
I think it went, like, over the past 20 years, it went hipsters, then it went Karens, and then Karens turned into activists.
Yeah, but the hipsters, I don't know. I feel like hipsters never died. Because, like, every time I see somebody wearing shoes without socks, I think of hipsters.
Oh my gosh.
Because there's a few people at my job. I don't know how they're able to get away with it, but I noticed they're wearing tennis shoes with no socks. And I'm just like...
Oh, their feet get so smelly.
It's like, what is wrong with you? Like, what do you... I've heard... oh, sorry.
Feel the spirit of the remote control?
I had a friend on my soccer team that would wear tennis shoes with no socks. Well, actually, my friend Sarah. And when asked about this, she told me that she would just throw her shoes out when they got too smelly and buy a new one. Because she would just save money on socks because she had no reason to wash socks and keep track of all the socks mating them. It was too hard for her to keep track of that. It was just so much easier to just throw out her shoes. I don't know. I wonder if that's the hipster mentality. I just don't... Is it... Do hipsters wear socks without... Do they wear shoes without socks because they don't want to mate socks and wash their socks? Like, is that a thing?
Wait,
like,
what do you mean mate socks?
Like, you take the socks out of the dryer and you have to pair them together, and each one has a
I've
mate.
never heard of mating socks.
I do that all the time.
No, you just...
I always do that. That's the first thing I do.
You call them... They're pairs.
Okay, I pair the socks.
You pair the socks. You don't
together.
mate the socks. They don't get together and have little child socks, adult socks.
Yet they wear socks with sandals, a bigger fashion crime than double denims. That's true.
Yeah, but
yeah,
the
I
hipsters,
do feel like
they disappeared from society. They're not really around
Yeah, they
anymore.
would wear like, they would almost look like poetry reading people.
Beatniks?
Yeah, they were like that. That was what hipsters were like. They were like poetry people. But they wore a lot of plaid. But
Like
there's
lumberjacks.
still people that... That's why, like, I try not to get Luke too much plaid.
You're trying not to turn me into a lumberjack.
I do not want Luke to be a hipster on accident.
Accidental hipster.
I feel like hipsters, like, if you were trying to go as a hipster for Halloween, you would wear, like, some kind of leather shoe without any socks at all. You would wear ridiculously skinny jeans. You would wear a plaid or weird, like, indie band t-shirt that nobody knows, but only you know. That's the definition of hipsters. Is there people that are only into things that hardly anyone knows? Like, they go to record stores or bookshops and they're like, oh yeah, I'm reading, you know, The Wind and the Gales. It's a really amazing novel. You wouldn't know it because only 3 copies ever went into production. That's basically what hipsters are like. Like, they only listen to music and read books that no one else has ever heard of. And they purposely do that to act superior. Their entire culture is just about acting superior to everyone else. They're just like, oh, you don't know this? Oh, I know all about it. I've read every single book. It's like, who cares? Like,
so they're basically Niles and
they're basically, the reason why I don't like hipsters is they're jerks. Their whole personality is being a jerk. That's their entire personality. Is trying to make everyone else look bad and making themselves act superior. Yeah, but at least Niles and Shredder. At least Niles and Frasier were wearing...
Shredder?
No, it's not. They weren't really hipsters though, because Niles and Frasier were wearing business suits, so they were like not really hipster. But yes, they would act. Yes, they're people that act like Niles and Frasier, except for they're wearing really bad clothing. Really bad clothing. Like, they dress bad. Dressing badly is part of it. Like, you would go and you would see somebody like that has a worst outfit you've ever seen, and then you find out that they spent like literally over like $400 for that outfit. That's what a hipster would be. Because instead of just going to a secondhand clothing store, they buy like extremely expensive, terrible clothes online. That looks like they got the clothes out of the trash, but they spent hundreds of dollars on it. That's what a hipster is. That's why they're so stupid. I don't even think they exist anymore. It's like Valley Girls. They're gone. There's something from the past.
Why is this thing so hard to control? Like,
no, those kind of people are insufferable. There are loads of different types of insufferable people, especially ones of the preppy crowd. Oh yes, I remember preppies. That's right, Miss Deanna. There was another.
Was 90s.
That's right. People would tie their. Oh my gosh, I remember when I was in high school and like we would have like a jacket or a sweater, and like people used to giggle about it. And my tennis team, they'd be like, ha ha ha! I'm tying my sweater over my shoulders. Do I look preppy to you? Ha! And it's like, well, your voice is annoying.
Why did they make this thing so hard to steer?
Yeah, I remember that. Preppies, they always wore like houndstooth or plaid, but in a nicer way, not in a terrible way like hipsters wore. Like hipsters wore plaid shirts that look horrible and were like not good fitting. Like preppies was more like, oh, I'm somebody that I'm pretending I'm on the Wimbledon tennis team, but I'm not. I'm just a normal person with no skills at all. You know, I don't know. I'm wearing like pastel colors with sweater vests, and like I have my my sweater tied around my shoulder.
Do they not give you a moon? I thought you get a moon.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you not get a moon?
Wow.
What is the point of this?
Wow, I remember preppy. Yeah, that was the thing. I forgot preps or preppy. Yeah, I remember. Oh my god.
You don't get a moon for doing that? Sorry, Lee. Why do you not get a moon for doing that? Nani? I don't understand.
It's weird because
Oops.
I think hipsters was the thing when we were younger, but I don't think it's like that anymore.
No, hipsters is like 2015.
Oh wow, because you look at, I just see like college campuses today, everyone's wearing hoodies and stuff.
So hoodies are practical.
See, we've moved on from the hipster movement, which is a good thing. The
No.
world is healing.
No. What replaced the hipsters was worse.
Yeah, but the hipsters was insufferable, I have to say.
I'm
It's
curious to
annoying.
see what the next like social group after the activists are like gone. Like what's the next group that's gonna take over?
I guess we're gonna have to go back to breakdancing.
Breakdancing was awesome.
And 90s hip hop and R&B.
I'm
making a comeback.
All right, I'm gonna bust out my gold chains.
And parachute pants are gonna have to come back.
No, parachute pants can stay dead, but I want the gold chains to come back. I had a slamming gold chain.
I guess 90s hip hop isn't coming back. Then.
Let's go.
That's completely fine with me.
I'm bringing back the gold chains on T-shirts. Yup.
You should, Lou.
I am. I needed an excuse to wear that. I bought that chain in 1998.
You had one?
I have a gold chain. Yes, I do.
You should bust it out.
I busted it out.
Back.
It's coming back.
It's coming back. I know it is. I'm making a prediction.
Let's go. I'm down.
You know who likes looking at gold chains for men? Grunkle Stan. He has a magazine called Gold Chains for Men.
It's because he's still rocking 90s
because
fashion.
the 90s never died for Grunkle Stan.
No, I remember buying that. I bought that gold chain for like with one of my paychecks in like 1998. Right now, nobody gets in here but building inspector, and it's obvious that getup you're wearing, you're not an inspector. Oh, I am an inspector.
The punk crowd was also in several places.
Yeah, but the punk crowd all sounded like this. It was pretty easy to get involved with them. You just make sure your hair's all like cowlicks all weird, and you wear leather. And you speak like this. Hello, Cleveland. What were you all protesting today? Let's go. They all sounded like that. Even people I knew, like I was like, wait, you're not British. It's like, oh, I'm punk. It's like, what, you're not.
Wait, your accent can change because you're punk?
Your accent can change because you're punk. I was like, what? You're from Chicago. You got a deep Chicago accent. What are you doing? He's like, it's punk culture, mate. It's like, no.
What?
This doesn't feel right.
Your voice changed with the punk culture.
This doesn't feel right. I think you're missing something here.
Yeah. Well, we already had a breakdancing revival with the kangaroo lady. She was bringing breakdancing back with her kangaroo moves.
America got confused. Blame Final Fight, Jotaro. Everybody thought, like, people in the United States thought punkers were basically those guys that you fought in Final Fight with the Mohawks. It's true. I knew so many, we'll call them colleagues, that looked like they came right out of the game Final Fight, and they thought they were punkers. I'm like, what? It was funny. It was super funny. I was like, I don't think that's punk music, but okay. Right now, nobody gets in but the building inspector. Ah! I see, you're a building inspector. Please write in, sir.
I don't know if Power Rangers is tomorrow, Sharon. I think it's not tomorrow.
If it's tomorrow, it's tomorrow. If not, I don't know.
If it's tomorrow, he's doing it.
The building inspector.
We don't even know. We don't even know if it's tomorrow. Well, Luke, I guess I should go to sleep.
It's 7 o'clock. If you're tired, go to sleep. Okay. Oh, blimey!
What is it?
Nothing.
You're upset with me.
Why would I be upset with you? Why didn't I stay with you? We got the car. Well, that's true. I don't see how that's something mean. If you want to get an extra hour's sleep or something like that, go for it.
I'm missing lots of hours of sleep from before.
I know that. I'm going to be starting Dragon Ball soon. I'm just waiting for YouTube to finally give me 1,000 views. We're at 960. I really should have gone on break because now I can only cut out an what is it, like hour and 25 minutes from the stream. So it's gonna end up being a 3-hour something stream. And we did get super chats, but I really, you know, we're in a financial bind. We really need to get that streaming revenue too. Need both.
Oh, did we call Mario Mr. Gonzalez? Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, that's right, I do remember that. I don't remember why we were doing that. Oh, I can't remember. It must have been a spur of the moment thing.
We've done so many things over the years that I can't.
Maybe it's because somebody. I think it's because like someone in the chat or like something thought Mario was Spanish or something.
Oh.
So we called him Mr. Gonzalez instead of Mario.
What was the point of that?
The watered down version of Kwings.
We got a final fight, Kwings. That's what we had walking around. Not neat. Oh, this is a lot easier than I made it out to be. Yay, okay. Nya! What? No, I don't know where I am. You get your tires fixed tomorrow. The car is still not fixed. It's just the tires. You have bald tires. Bald tires are incredibly dangerous for you and other people on the road.
Why am I driving?
You can't get an Uber at 3 in the morning, Amber. It's not safe.
I have a
Right, and it's... You're playing with fate there, lady. Yes, you are. And no young woman should be calling an Uber at like 2 or 3 in the morning. By themselves. I can't go to work with you. No, that's... I would, 1, freeze to death. 2...
You would be in the car and you can't.
I would probably get... I'd probably have a police officer come by eventually and be like, hey, I drove by 2 hours ago and you were standing outside. What's going on? You loitering? What? No, my wife works here. Uh-huh. Where do you live, sir? I live... Yeah, okay, no, you don't live anywhere. Alright, I'm taking you in. What? But I'm not homeless. I have a home. I have a wife. Sure you do, sir.
Look, it's like that time when you were sitting and waiting for a game and people started giving you money because you were sitting.
Yeah. But I mean, that was in a big city, and I had just drank a cup of coffee, and I had my thing out, and I was resting, so I had my hat down. And when I woke up, there was all this change inside of my cup. Yeah. And I wasn't wearing the nicest coat. Because that was the coat that the leather coat I was wearing, I helped, like, paint a church. So there was paint on the back of my jacket.
Oh my god.
And I was too cheap to get my jacket replaced because that was an expensive jacket. And it was warm, so I was like, I'm not going to replace it. So I helped, there's a church in Illinois that I helped build when I was in my teenage years. And when I was doing the painting, I had brownish red paint that I forget what I was painting, like the accents or something like that. I was on a high step ladder and I was painting stuff. But what happened is the paint got on my jacket. And so, you know.
You'll have to just take your jacket off, except if it's probably cold.
I didn't know, like, somebody put paint on my jacket by accident. It was a total freak accident that happened.
Can you explain to me what bald tires are so specific?
It means your tires are about to explode. It's very, very bad. Bald tires are bad. That's all you need to know. If a mechanic says your tires are balding, you need to get your tires replaced ASAP. Because they could explode. It means that you did not get them replaced when you should have. But in my defense, Amber and I are very busy people.
And also, it's been 4, 5, 6 months of our channel not doing well.
Right, that too. Our channel's been struggling for many
months. Then that one company didn't, instead of us finally being able to get one good paycheck, that company...
No. I would argue that we weren't struggling that much until the company stole money from us. Because we were able to get the Switch 2. We were making a little bit less money than we were last year.
We were still struggling a lot, though. Because we were stressed out about how to pay all the bills at the end of the year.
Well, that's because we were earning less, but...
I know.
It still wasn't as bad as until they stole money, then it made it worse. Then it made the situation a million times worse. Because the situation was not good, but we were still... It was bad, but it wasn't as bad as it is now. That company made everything worse.
Just pray that I make it to work tomorrow.
You will make it to work tomorrow. I know you will.
So
you don't take the highway to get to work.
we have to make sure we reinstate our AAA. We can even look tonight and make sure and pay the fee.
Okay.
Because I don't want to go to work tomorrow without knowing my AAA. I want them to be able to come and rescue me if my tires explode tomorrow. They can put if one of my tires explodes, they can put the what do you call it, donut on it, because I don't have any skills to do that.
That makes sense. Stop that. Stop that! What is it, the second one?
No, look at the commercial I'm getting.
Me? Why is that a emergency blood cleanup? What is going on?
This is a commercial.
Why would that be? I mean, I can understand them putting hazmat suits like during the pandemic that they want people to buy. But what?
So it's fast, discreet blood cleanup by experts, biohazard professionals. Visit site, emergency cleanup.
What? That's so
Why
weird.
Is this a commercial I'm getting?
That doesn't make any sense.
I swear, Luke, I have not been looking up anything weird.
Amber, what type? Do you really have a restaurant job? I mean, what's going on?
I mean, I have to...
You work very late. You come home exhausted. There's all these weird repairs for my car.
Have you ever heard of somebody going to work at a restaurant at 2 in the morning?
Yes, actually I have.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah.
Alright then.
There is a Nintendo High on YouTube. What Nintendo High? There was a Nintendo High on YouTube. We'd have like 100 people here watching Mario Odyssey. Nobody cares except for a few. If Dragon Ball does better than this stream, I'm gonna be amazed. Because this stream took 4 hours to get 1,000. 4 freaking hours!
I used to think that Luke was doing something shady at night.
Oh, I am.
Because, like, every night after we were done streaming or making videos and I was exhausted, Luke's like, "You're going to sleep? Okay, I've got a lot of work to do tonight." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And in the morning I'd wake up and people would be like, "How do you know so much about Batman? Are you sure you weren't Batman?" And people were like, they would ask me, is Luke Batman? I'm like, I don't know, because I don't see him after 11 o'clock at night. He says he has a lot of work to do. And then in the morning, he's exhausted. He doesn't get up till the middle of the day.
I'm just a night owl. Although I'm not really a night owl anymore after I went to the hospital. I went upstairs to bed and kicked Amber out of the room like 2 in the morning. It was like, I just had a Mario stream that lasted for 5 hours. I didn't get 1,000 views.
And this is why I want to go to sleep now, so I can get some extra sleep.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah, you finally hit 1,000. So that means we get the streaming revenue plus we get the super chats.
Amber, why do you need the blood cleanup? How sharp are those plans we're using?
Exactly.
I'm secretly...
This is what Mario thinks of your profession, Amber. Look,
I wish I had a profession that was questionable that made a lot of money.
Mario's shaking his head yes.
If I could somehow get a profession that was of questionable legality, but it made a lot of money, I'm telling you. I am telling you that I would seriously think it over. As long as I could just... I would just come home and try to, like, D-zone and, like, not remember anything that I had to do that night.
How do I do ultimate streams? I will myself to do them because somebody paid $100 for them, so I try not to fall asleep during their stream.
It's sheer willpower.
It is willpower. All right, guys and gals, so next stream starts now, and I'm going to put up the Sega thing for your short. So let's get the music running for Dragon Ball. And then I'm going to get that really fun short that you guys talked about. Fire Emblem short bombed today. 400 views for... It shows people don't like Fire Emblem. So let's see if people like the Sega commercial. Because I'm going to go download that now and get that up. So you'll get another Mario Odyssey tomorrow. And then Sonic Racing starts on Saturday. The Sonic Racing on PS3. Alright guys, see you on Dragon Ball. Thank you again for the super chats. You guys are breathtaking.